Well, hello there, everybody. I hope you've been well. If you're just tuning in, welcome to Graham Crackers, our D&D 5e homebrew campaign based in the world of Anarion, where, we play a nice little bi-weekly game, alternating weeks with Shards of Anarion. If this is your first time on the channel, then welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Graham Crackers, your lovely, lovely host and DM for the night. But a little bit about the channel. Here on the channel, we are all about making memories with friends, whether those are through TTRPGs, RPGs, or video games, because time spent with those you loved and love is time well spent. But I'm not alone here. I am joined by some wonderful, fantastic players who, while they need little to no introduction, I would love to know three things from each of them. Who are they? Who are they playing? And what is one thing they are looking forward to this session? And we will start with, drumroll please, Jen.
I'm Jen. I am playing Maggie the Furbolg Druid, and both I and Maggie are really looking forward to returning to communicate with our blueberry farmer and perhaps situating him in a more pragmatic and viable occupation before we go on an adventure.
All right, then. Hey, everybody. I'm Confounded, better known as Con. I'm looking forward to having a great time with all these awesome people tonight. And I'm playing Golineth, your resident rogue and elven rogue. I did it for the elf of it.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Aha!
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm going to be playing Belda Stonesong, Dwarven Bard, fantastic individual, who's looking forward to the inevitable meetup with Benny the Wonder Mage and all the fun antics and derailing of this game I could possibly throw into that encounter if it happens.
It's going to be beautiful. Hello,
It's a
everyone.
beautiful thing.
It's me, Kari. I am playing Karis, the Tiefling Wizard, in this lovely campaign. What am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Karis taking this teleport to the place where she asked her party to wait, and for her not to find them there, because they definitely didn't do that. I can't wait for that. I think it's going to be incredible. So, very excited.
Hey everybody, I am Adam. I am playing Rue. I don't know what that was. Rue the halfling. What am I? I'm something cleric. That's right. Definitely a cleric. And Rue is looking forward to definitely being where they're supposed to be and coming up with a tale of why they were not there.
Let's get on with the game. But before we do, let's what do I want to do? I want to do a recap. That's what I want to do. So, for those of you new on the channel, every week that we play, I give my players an option. Either one of them can give a recap of the previous session and get a d6 to roll at any point during the session. But if they choose not to do a recap, then I get that d6 to use against them. And today they have offered to do a recap themselves. So without further ado, take it away.
Hey, everybody. So last time, on Anarions Rest, we, the party, were trying to get back together again. Golineth and Rue successfully escaped the Feywild to this berry town of Chessyx, where they proceeded to briefly wait under Karis's instruction when she sent them ascending waited for about an hour, and then promptly decided to not do that anymore and left Chessyx on a wagon to places unknown with their good friend Blossom, who they picked up in the Feywild. Meanwhile, back in the Crystal Caverns, Maggie came to visit Karis in the wizarding towers that are found there, where Karis has been studying diligently to try and extract her friends from the Feywild, or, considering that they made it out, extract them from wherever strange place they popped out in, which she is currently preparing to do. To that effect, Maggie, Karis, and all of the rest are going to collect their very last companion, Beldis, from his parents, so that they can take that teleportation circle and bring the gang back together again. And we join them there, I expect.
You're not wrong. So let's get some nice little music going. So we rejoin our adventurers with Maggie, Karis, heading down through the Crystal Caverns towards the home of Beldis. That stone structure carved into the very earth that Maggie visited right before the day of boiling tar stands much the same. However, there are some very subtle changes. People have begun writing on the wall, "Thank you," carved into the stone of the house. What would appear like petty vandalism to some, or more a sharing and a retelling of the success and the deeds of one of the tenants of the household. The smell of roast mutton kind of wafts out in the subtle gray of smoke out the chimney and the windows of the kitchen. And the door is left slightly ajar.
And silently gesture at the graffiti outside, smile at Karis, and knock on the door. He probably hates it.
Meanwhile, Karis is just squinting at it, trying to read all of it clearly, and also just taking in the place, because I don't think Karis ever actually went to Beldis's house. This is the first time she sees where Beldis lived, and I was just sort of standing back there, gonna let Maggie do the honors.
So Beldis, where in the house, if at all, are you at this moment?
Oh, it's almost mutton time.
Yeah.
I mean, where else would you be?
That's fair. So near the kitchen, as
Absolutely,
your
yes.
mother has her little apron on, trudging around, kind of fending you off. I would assume, as she is finishing the last glazes of a dandelion cordial, and setting up some rosemary on top of the mutton as it sits to soak in the juices after she's kind of removed it from the small.
I try to get a finger lick of it when she's not looking.
I think you're gonna need to roll a stealth check at disadvantage. Your mom knows you pretty well.
Oh, the power of mom is strong, because that's a natural 20 and a natural 3.
You reach out to get a finger, and it's maybe a few centimeters away before the whap of a wooden spoon just wraps against your knuckle.
Okay.
Not yet, Beldis.
Can you blame me? It's good. Okay, fine.
I can't blame you, but
I'm gonna go check on Dad. That way, you stop hitting me with a spoon, and I'll be back in a minute.
I wouldn't have to hit you with a spoon if you didn't listen to my instructions.
I know that's kind of true, but what can I say except for, oh my God, what's that? Point over there, and then hopefully get a distraction to finger.
She looks.
Get a
And,
quick little finger and go.
as you go, there is a audible cursing in Dwarvish. And around
Love
this
you,
time
Ma.
you hear kind of the
Oh god. Oh Lord. Okay. They're back. They're back again. I knew this was going to happen. Poise, posture, presentation. Go to the door. Realize I didn't quite close it entirely last time. Okay. Okay. Just quietly to myself, collect. Take the door. Quickly swing it open. Yes, greetings. Hello, it is I, Beldus, the savior. Oh, hi. It's you two. Hey.
Wow, you're really getting into it, aren't you?
I just get in, please. Please. I quick look around and wave to a few people there and then close the door behind them and deadbolt it this time.
What is going on?
Yeah, they would have just started slipping inside.
We did stuff and then they're like, oh, thank you. And it's like, I'm not the one who brought on God, but yeah, cool, go find Rue. And then realize we can't blame this on Rue, so they said pick it on me.
Also, we can't find Rue, so I don't think they could find Rue.
Well, we did tentatively found temporarily. We'll be finding once we get you to come with us.
Right? Does it count as finding if they like leave immediately and then we don't know where they are? I mean, I don't want to question your skills or.
I told them to stay put. We don't know. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there and we're gonna determine from there.
So there were like what, a thunder jugs or something?
No.
For a month?
I mean, there's people who've hung out there for longer. I mean, I don't know. It's a big enough cave. They could be in many places.
No, where did Karis? You said they were.
Well, they were in the Feywild, and now they aren't. Not sure how they managed that one, but I'm really proud of them. So, because that solves a lot of problems that I was dealing with, quite frankly.
Is the Feywild that new upscale place down in the new district?
So,
yeah, no.
You know the mirrors that we've been finding? You know how they like go to a place, this isn't this place?
Okay.
So there are lots of places like that. They're kind of like if you think that this is the world and this is a world beside it, or like kind of like sort of inside it, sort of not. Like a Venn diagram. Yeah. So there are worlds that sort of like overlap with ours, like a little Venn diagram. And you can sort of like slip into them. Just wiggle on in there.
It's a magic place of whimsy and
No.
That's more just a magic place of whimsy and danger.
I'm processing that you're going to ask me to go someplace that's not close.
No. Well, how close is Chessyx?
Different kind of not.
We have a map.
We think we know what town they ended up in when they left the Feywild, and so Karis was able to talk to them, and then we were going to go there, but then now they're not there. But the place just a heads up apparently has just been taken over by the Empire fairly recently. There's refugees from there outside the cave. So
yeah, I've heard of that. Seen some of that. Okay. So. Hi, we're gonna have dinner soon. Come on in, and let me just wrap my head around this here. Rue went through a mirror to some other place, and now they're in a place called Chessyx. Okay, which was just taken over by the Empire to the south. So think about this for a second, and that's. Okay. And you want me to go with you to go get them?
If you want. I guess we could go. Just us.
Yeah, it would.
I mean, I'm just. Okay,
Be
cool.
nice. I don't. All of us in the same place again, you know.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just okay. Ma, do we got enough food for 2 more?
Oh, Mrs. Beldis, I don't want to impose.
1.5?
I eat a lot more, you know, than I'll have some tea though, would be lovely.
Okay.
And I recognize that look. I've given that look before, so.
Paris, for her part, is just being quiet because she doesn't want to turn down the mutton because the mutton smells really good. So she's just gonna be quiet and gonna take whatever is offered to her.
Good move.
You see her tail flicking, much like her cats would be, in keen interest for whatever is in that kitchen.
Okay. Yeah. Well, come on in and let's. So, okay, let's talk this over here and let's just sit down here and we'll. So, don't get me wrong. I kind of okay with leaving because the people around here are getting a little creepy. I mean, the nicest way possible, but wow, stop. And you can't just say that because they don't quite listen, or then, you know, they cry, or it's just like, no. So getting away doesn't sound like a terrible idea, but I do not want to be gone for 40 years.
Oh, no, I mean, I have
Okay.
I
Cool,
thought maybe
cool.
an afternoon.
No.
Okay.
I wasn't, you know, just a quick, you know, go there,
Wait.
look around, get them and bring them back. I don't.
Wait,
I'd be so old in 40 years. No.
well, I mean, that's how long I was gone last time. So just how quick are we going to get there?
Oh, like that. We're going to be using a teleportation circle.
Are those
Kinda neat.
safe?
Yeah. They use them all the time at the towers.
You say that, but then I see so many people that have to walk great distances in large groups, often called caravans. And it's like, if they were so safe and simple,
at a time, and you can't really fit a wagon in one of those.
yeah, that's probably
It's really
true,
difficult to fit a wagon in a teleportation circle, let me tell you. They're only like, and she starts like gesturing about like how yay big they are, and it's like, really, you can't fit more than about 10 people in there. It's not conducive for that.
It also has something to do with shared resources in a highly hierarchical society in which magic helps to determine your ability to access resources as well.
Yeah,
You know,
that too. It
part of
also
it.
does cost money to operate, I think. Does it? No, I think that's probably just a scam. Yeah, really, there are some like physical limitations to the magic, but technically it could work on a larger scale. They just don't want it to, as Maggie pointed out.
So now I'm going to say something here, and I'm 90% sure it's rumor and falsehoods, but you know, you hear enough stories and just have to kind of bring this up here.
Mhm.
On a percentage scale, what are the chances after going through this teleportation circle, there may be a minor hiccup or error, and let's say both my arms end up on one side of my body, or my nose is suddenly where an ear is?
For this particular circle to this particular location,
See, that specification scares me no matter what you say next.
yeah, and then there was a little head bob, and that was a little, you know,
Yeah,
iffy
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
well, to be fair, there is always some risk associated with using magics of this sort if you are in any way unfamiliar with the destination. However, we have done as much research as possible to become as familiar as possible with the destination, which should increase our chances exponentially of nothing going wrong whatsoever. In fact, the more casters of sufficient level and ability increases the chances further that absolutely nothing bad will happen. You currently have myself, and then Benny will be helping. and there are only 3 or 4 of us, so that increases again our chances yet again. I could probably give you like the entire mathematics of it if that would make you feel better. Because
Nope. Actually,
we're talking about like negligible, like 0.000000.
Really makes it worse.
Zero, 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 zero,
it
zero,
makes it,
You're
yes,
making it worse.
You're making it far worse. You're far worse here. I mean, I would have just gone with, oh yeah, it's like helping a lady with a birth when you've only helped horses in the past. It's the same thing, but it's not. You're just still like going, as you freak out for that moment and watch what happens in front of you. Point is, 1, always make sure your midwife is on call and somewhere located nearby. And 2, maybe knowing the odds is less favorable here. So we're going to magic someplace. Okay, cool. And then we're going to magic back.
Yes. Maybe.
Awesome.
Maybe.
The idea would be to do so. However, I need to check with Benny on that. We need to have a
Right. If I'm going to be away for more than a few hours, I really need to talk to my family. There's a whole childcare situation and like wife being furious at me situation, which I would really like to avoid.
Right. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you need the person that I know from this town, the gentleman?
Yes.
I mentioned to you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Not the sharpest tool in the shed, I think. Just a heads up.
That's
Oh,
fine.
thank goodness our toolbox is outdoors. Oh,
We don't need sharp. We just need familiar.
Yes.
That's good. Fantastic.
right. Just gotta say, the confidence of this working is just growing as this conversation goes.
You can test the magic with the teleportation circle that takes you from the bottom of the stairs up to the top of the stairs. It works the same way.
That's like saying, here, this 5 feet of rope is perfectly fine when the other 45 feet you visibly see are, like splintering and tearing and
They're
rotting away.
not, because like they don't exist yet.
It's
Like,
a
you
thing
haven't
that-
even seen them.
It's a thing that rich people use. So, if it was really
Nicely.
unsafe, it would be a thing that the rest of us use.
Maggie has a point.
That's sound logic. I like that. That works. Lead with that next time. The rich people use this. Here. Well,
I mean,
yeah.
I thought that was obvious.
I've been beating a lot of dirt lately.
Is dinner soon?
Ooh. Mm.
Oh my goodness. While she's doing that, it was thank you, Mrs. I think Stone Song, Zelda Stone Song. So thank you, Mrs. Stone Song. Karis waves. And then
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird having friends over for dinner like this. It's just like I feel like I'm 122 again. It's just a little offsetting.
Well, I mean, we've had you over to our place. It's only,
But yeah, but
did you feel like a child when you came in? Well, I mean, the children did play with you quite a lot, but they climbed on you a lot.
But
So, I
that
mean,
was different. But that was different because then it's like, oh, hey, I'm cool old Uncle Beldis or whatever. And that was that was another place. This is the place where I'm looking at the wall where they chiseled my height growth, both horizontally and a little vertically. Anyway, that's just
Maggie looks down trying to find it. Way down.
yeah, it's
meanwhile,
that's okay.
just like started digging into the food. There is now significantly less food on her plate than when you last looked. In a startling difference of like the moment Mrs. Stonesong left the room, food was being consumed by the wizard. But she looks very neat. Like it's just that sort of instantaneous, you did a double take and there's like an entire steak like less there kind of moment.
Just chew, breathe in between inhales. That's all.
What have you been eating?
Not enough, apparently.
She just doesn't answer. She literally continues to eat.
All right. Well. It's busy, and like I'm like with a tiny little teacup in my palm. I think probably need to go back to my place, not just to tell my wife that I'm going away for a little bit, but also we need to get this Chessyx who's going to help us go to Chessyx. I know that's very confusing, but that is his name. I don't know. Yeah, right. I know.
Okay.
I know.
I mean,
I know. It's implausible, but I think probably also true.
It makes perfect sense. Chessyx from Chessyx, and obviously we're going to use rich people teleportation, so therefore Chessyx has to be rich and Chessyx has to be loaded, right? So okay, cool.
Well, I think he claims to have been like the mayor.
That
something
totally adds up.
He might not actually have been the mayor. Like just being 100% honest.
Then the name makes no sense. So now it doesn't matter. It's all good.
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go today then.
I think so. I mean, the longer we wait, the farther away they get. Wherever.
Fantastic. Even better. And we'll be back later. I just need to know how much to pack.
Yes.
Yes.
Back later. Let's call it maximum 2 weeks. I don't think it's going to take nearly
What?
that.
Whoa.
Whoa, hold on. What?
How do we go from a couple
Anything
hours to
can
2
happen
weeks?
out there. And we might be chased to the Empire, which might mean that we have to abandon the entire teleportation circle idea and go running through the woods.
I don't have any beef with the Empire, and we can just sort of make you look different, right? Like we don't have to. Do they have like water posts out the
look
way?
different, but you know who's also out there and who's definitely on the Empire's radar? Currently just walking around like he doesn't know anything? It's Colin F.
But
An actual enemy spy.
maybe we should check in with them and make sure they need us to come out there then. If we think it's going to be 2 weeks, that's,
You know what? That's fine, because quite honestly, I never unpacked.
Smart man. Yeah, just keep what you have before. It'll be fine. We'll figure out the rest.
I intended to, and it just didn't quite happen. And it's
Really, what's the use in unpacking? Then it's there and packed for the next time you gotta go.
I haven't unpacked in 40 years. It just feels really weird to do that.
Understandably so.
Yes. Okay, cool. Well, because I haven't been able to say this in so many long. Ma, I'm gonna go out with my friends. I'm gonna be back later. I'm 198 years old, Mom. I haven't done this in a while. I know. I love you.
A distinctly uncomfortable Karis just continues to like scarf down the food. The plate is like completely clean, and she's like dabbing her face and the napkin, and she's folded it nicely.
I will slide what's left of my plate over in front of Karis and just like, I can get some more. Just keep going. You need this.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. And she just eat for her.
Okay, and take your time, because now I have to figure out how to explain to my wife that I am going to be gone for an indeterminate amount of time, up to and including 2 weeks, with no warning.
Yeah, giving your wife a 2 weeks notice can't be easy.
I mean, I get the joke and
although
stuff, like I really do, but like you have no idea.
You don't have to come. Like I could go
No.
and get them,
No,
and I could bring them back, and then it won't
I have
matter.
to. I have to, and I'm joking, but I know that Una would understand that too. She would. She's going to be really irritated, but then she'll understand.
For sure. For positive.
I know that I haven't shown it for the last month as well as I should have, but you're all family. So of course I'm coming.
That's
There's
a good
a moment
reason.
there are like little shines in her eyes, and she's like immediately puts her head down and just keeps eating. She's like, no, I cannot cry. I cannot cry.
We'll wrap up some food to go, because I could just see Karis munching on the way. Anyway, it's gonna be great. Yes. So Beldis will get his stuff ready to go, and we're ready. We're move on out to next.
All right, so you're headed to Maggie's.
Indeed.
All right, so while that's going on, let's go tune in with our two wayward vagabonds. This is just going to be the Oregon Trail of Rue and Gollaneth. Gollaneth, Rue, Blossom. The three of you, after waiting an hour, decided to leave the nearby stable after bartering for a wagon, 2 horses, and the open dirt road is yours. Which direction do you go? As you come to a fork in the road, one path leading you back to Chessyx and the surrounding farmland. The road to the south, towards the Assyrian Empire. The road north to the Crystal Caverns and New Old Cavern to the southwest.
Rue, what the fork? There's a divide in the road.
Yeah, I did not see this this in the cards. I'm assuming there's a sign, right?
Yeah, it's like one of those multi-layered signs that have like
Yeah.
that direction, this town. That direction, another town. That
What, do you
direction,
have any-
you know.
Do you have any idea where we should be heading? I really don't care much for heading back to the Empire. We've got folks that are probably up at the Crystal Caverns. Isn't that where Obeldus is from?
Yeah.
Do we even know where we're supposed to be going?
I don't think so.
To be fair, it doesn't seem like either of you really know where you want to go.
Good job, Blossom. That's a very astute observation.
You know, whenever I think where I want to go, I just close my eyes and spin around with my finger out, and whichever direction I'm pointing, I go.
How about you try that real quick?
Yeah, let's see
So
where
anyway,
that goes.
We're gonna roll a d4 as Blossom stands up on her hooves in the center of the wagon. Alright. So, she spins around. We're gonna say 1 is the Assyrian Empire. 2 is New Old Cavern. 3 is the Crystal Caverns. And 4 is back the way you came. Alright, now we're gonna roll. Because I roll 2. Okay. She spins and goes right back the way you came. With a 4.
Awesome. Would you like to try that again? Because this is where we've already been. And it's in my experience that you
Well-
can't really move forward going back to where you came from.
I could try something.
Oh, what are you going to try?
Murder!
Rue closes their eyes and they're gonna channel divinity. No, it doesn't work.
Were you about to channel divinity and just decide where to go?
Oh.
So,
I mean, sometimes you need guidance from a higher source.
yeah, but that's what, you know, divination, the spell, is for.
Rue,
That is what the self guidance is for.
so-
Divinity.
if
Rue,
you
you
think...
reach out, trying to flex that connection that you had very recently in the cavern in which you smote undead after undead, cleansing the walls and defending the garrison. But it is like a cord that has been cut when you try to pull some of your divine blessings. Everything is the same. The prayers, the reaching out, that innate connection you've always had. And nothing comes along.
Yeah, Rue does not love that. She's like, you, Colin, how about you just pick a direction and we'll go.
Could we try? Man, she's so mad at me. Yeah, okay. I'm thinking the Crystal Caverns. Like that's the last place I remember that we were all going to be or we're at, or right? I mean, let's try and logic this thing out. I mean, I definitely don't think that going back the way we came is the way, because we've already been there and we know they're not there. So where most likely would they be? Eldest has family.
I told you that they'd be.
I don't think I know that though, do I?
I think you told Rue. I don't know if Rue conveyed that.
Y'all have been in the Feywild for way too long.
Yeah, I don't think I know that they're there.
I think maybe Kara said they were going to make their way here, but we can meet them halfway, I guess, if we just head towards the Crystal Caverns.
Blossom, what do you... You're still spinning, Blossom. Stop.
I'm sorry, I got a little bit dizzy, and it was like kind of like when you get a little bit tipsy and you can't really decide which way you're going to go, and you go, oh, but then, you know, you don't get sick. One moment. No, I'm good.
Okay, cool. They're facing the Crystal Caverns now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Blossom. All right, oh man. Rue, unless you have any objections. Yeah, so Rue, unless you have any objections.
Why don't we
Blossom,
ask
what's your
people?
idea? What people?
Blossom points further down the road towards the Assyrian Empire. And there is a group of about 8 individuals that are coming towards you at a hurried pace.
How are they?
Behind them, further in the distance, about maybe 400, 500 feet from them, are armed Assyrian soldiers with weapons drawn.
Okay, I definitely recognize the weapons drawn. Do I recognize the uniforms? Are they that close? Do I need to...
The troops, there is no doubt that these are Assyrian Empire troops. The people running towards you that seem to be fleeing them look to be a mix. One of
they
two
gotta
of
be
them
fleeing.
are wearing this gray and light blue kind of like leather, like dyed leather jerkins. They look to have weapons and shields that bear a coat of arms. The rest of the people look to be unarmed and dressed in, you know, their everyday clothing, with like maybe some haversacks tossed hastily over their backs.
Okay, so they're unarmed folks are being pursued by Assyrian soldiers.
That's what it appears to be.
Galaneth, do you, I don't know if Rue would know of Assyrian soldiers. She's like, Galaneth, do you know anything, should we step in here, or should we just,
What's the count of the Assyrian soldiers?
About 7.
Oh,
give or
shit.
take. But roll me a history check with advantage.
I wasn't done asking questions.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Continue.
Oh no, it's just I'm in the mind of Colin, and it's just like, oh god. All right, so now the odds and everything go. What is the distance between those that are fleeing and the Assyrian soldiers?
500 feet from the Assyrian empires at the back to the people fleeing, about 100 feet between you and the people fleeing.
And how quickly are they closing?
They'll be at you in about under 30 seconds.
So we couldn't make it to them until they made it all to us.
If you, Rue, and Blossom took your cart down that road, you could close that distance in probably like 15 seconds and maybe be able to buy them some time. Or grab them on your wagon if that's what you wanted.
Okay. Son of a biscuit. History at advantage. Math. Put the stress on me. It's 22.
22.
17 on the die plus 5.
All right. Assyrian empires and troop movements is something that you would know very well, having been an agent. They don't travel in groups of 7. If there is a group of 7, that means there are a lot more around. Or they're dead, which, judging by the looks of the group, is not likely.
Okay, knowing that, I would immediately scan left to right, right to left, back to center, looking through the group of people, all while in the scanning, I'd look at Rue. I'm really ignoring Blossom, but I say it in such a manner I was like, listen, we don't have time to discuss. You either trust me or these people die.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
And we go.
All right, who is taking the reins of the horse?
Um,
Who's driving?
I would already be in motion, I would say, so I'm...
All
Oh
right,
shit, I hope I don't get us dead.
Rue and Blossom. Blossom will give you Bardic Inspiration. That is what she's going to do as she kind of like pats you on the shoulder. It's like, this sounds like fun. We should probably get things going. And Rue, is there anything you would like to be doing as the cart begins hurtling towards these individuals?
Yeah, the troops are just going down a path, right?
Yeah, they're like headed down the road.
All right.
They're kind of staggered out a little bit, like not all clumped into like a column formation. So
So not like a JV soccer team. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
kind of.
Sorry.
All right. With that in mind, I think Rue's just gonna ready a spell. I just don't know which one I want just yet. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, never mind. She knows which one. Rue's gonna ready Dawn, and then once the troops are within 60 feet, she's just gonna drop that and I guess fry these people.
Okay, so you are casting Dawn once the troops get within 60 feet of you.
Yes.
They are about 500 feet off. So if you do hold your action, you do lose the spell if you don't cast it in the turn. So are you waiting until they get about 100 feet and then holding the action?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify. All right, so Golanath,
Yes.
I need a animal handling check.
All right, I can do that for you. And was that Bardic Inspiration, was that a 4 or a 6?
You know what? Let me double check my
Okay.
notes real quick.
Animal handling. Okay. Okay. All right. That's a 17 on the die plus 1 for 18 total.
Okay, and your Bardic Inspiration is a D10.
Oh, badass. Damn. All right. So a little bit of meta. Damn. Blossom's rolling some shit, huh? That was a
She's
statement.
very convincing, I guess.
Yeah, that was a statement. Okay. All right. So that was 18, 17 on the die plus 1, and I have a plan if you'd like to hear it.
Okay, what's the plan? I'd love
Right.
to.
I want to go straight through those that are fleeing to disperse them, and then I want to cut right between them, separating the soldiers from them, and then I would like to instruct Blossom and or Rue. I want to say, take the reins, and then as they take the reins, I'm going to ready an arrow while these folks load up.
Okay, you know what? I like that. With an 18, I think that's pretty easy enough to do. The horse begins to strike out at a trot. The sound of hooves on the dirt and rock carrying you, hurtling towards these individuals, who kind of pull to the side, not knowing if you're friend or foe, as your wagon wheels and almost tips. It kind of like goes on one axle and kind of slams down, angling away. As you kind of toss the reins, Blossom kind of grabs them, looks at the horse, looks at you. A little bit about the individuals that you just kind of blocked in front of. One of them is a tiefling. They are purple skinned. They are one of the ones wearing that blue and gray dyed leather jerkin. There are 2 scimitars on their hips, and they have this kind of audacious gold trim spiral piercing on like one of their horns. And they have like a goatee that's like dark black and like slicked black hair. One of the individuals is a human, who is the other one that is garbed in much the same and seems to be holding a longsword and a buckler. The rest of them, it is 2 women, 2 men, and a young teenager. But they kind of look at you, and the tiefling speaks up. I told you help would arrive. Did I not?
To that, I just say, come with us if you want to stay alive.
Wonderful, wonderful. I had no doubt that our friends had gotten word out of our plight. Chessyx will be free. And he kind of like helps one of the teenagers on as people start piling on. The troops are about 440 feet at this point.
Okay.
Rue, you hear the sound of rustling and of leaves from the underbrush of like the trees to either side of you. The sound of someone running through leaves. And the clanking of metal.
Would it cost an action to try to see what it is?
If you want to make a perception check, feel free.
Ooh, it's not bad. It's 23.
23. You definitely see that red and royal purple of the Assyrian Empire flickering between the trees as like their silhouettes kind of pass. Looks to be about 2 of them look to be archers, from what you can see, and they seem to be kind of like notching arrows. The other 2 that you can make out, there are definitely more than this, but look to have swords as well. However, with a 23, there is one individual that stands out. Far more important than the rest, and it is a creature. They are about 6'8", about 300 pounds of muscle, draped in this plate armor of steel. It is spiked with skulls on the pauldrons and kind of like a skull made of metal for the belt. And they are walking and keeping up with the people running through the woods. They are carrying a massive greatsword that's like serrated.
How far out did you say they were?
The ones in the woods are about 80 to 90 feet. The individual who is in the armor is about 140 feet.
Rue's just gonna look to Gollumith and's like, "Are we letting loose here? Are we running? What are we doing?"
I think we're in the middle of saving these folks. Where are we at with getting them loaded up?
All of the unarmed individuals are on. The tiefling and the armed human are kind of helping the last one up. You've got about another 6 seconds before they can climb up.
I do believe we need to get on out of here.
Well, I think
I'd hate to get the people that we just rescued killed.
I think we might need to hold them off for a second. We got a bunch in the woods, and then what we saw coming in.
How far off are they? It's 6 seconds to get them in.
Yeah.
What's
so
the distance?
The ones in the woods are 90 feet at this moment. They will be at about 50 to 30 feet, give or take, in about 6 seconds. They will definitely be able to take shots at you in under 6 seconds for the ones that have bows. The ones on the road are still over 300 feet. They are not close enough to get into melee with you.
Can I identify the ones with bows?
Yeah, Rue kind of pointed out that there were ones in the woods.
I want to go ahead and take a shot at them.
Sure.
Not to hit. I want to stop short, but I want to do it in a manner that they know I shot short. A warning shot, a salvo.
Okay. Noted. Roll me an attack roll.
I'll do it. That's 15 on the die.
15 on the die. Your arrow thuds into a tree about 2 or 3 feet away from one of the individuals who looks at the arrow, and locks eyes with you.
I hold it.
This is a middle-aged troop, probably a bit more experienced than the usual conscripted soldier. This is a career man. And
Understood.
as you do that, from the opposite side that you shot, an arrow shoots out from the woods. And I need to roll some dice.
It's on.
The human that was climbing up next to the tiefling, you see him reach, right next to you as you're standing, to grab the wagon, and you see the arrow strike him right in the throat. And with a gurgle, his arm falters, and he falls onto the ground, holding onto his neck, bleeding out. The tiefling looks at his companion, and there's this look of terror as you see his eyes go to his friend, and then look up at the plate-armored individual, and he mutters, "Inquisitorius. They're here." And he climbs on the wagon, and he says, "Go! We need to get out of here now! The rebellion will die if we don't."
How close is this Inquisitorius?
They are about 80 feet away, walking.
Did you drop your spell, Rue? Should that have...
It was specifically worded for the ones that were on the road. If you would like to use it on the people that are in the woods, feel free.
It's not my action. I was just curious if it should
I
have.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I think having seen a shot come from the woods, if they're within 60, Rue would use Dawn. If not, I can burn that slot and use something else.
Yeah, Dawn would work.
Yeah, Rue's gonna let loose that 5th level and try and get as many people in the 30-foot is it radius?
All right.
We're at 30-foot radius, yes.
Okay, and what do they need to make for a save?
It is a Constitution save of 16.
A Constitution save of 16, man.
Or they take 4d10 or half if they save.
Okay, let's pull up. We have 2 successes, and then the last one is a failure, and this individual is a success. So 3 successes, 1 failure.
Just gonna roll in D&D Beyond. I should not have done that. That's pretty good. 25 damage. Radiant. I don't know if that matters, but
And half on success?
yes.
All right. The individual in the plate armor, you... Actually, describe your spell for me first.
All right. So yeah, you see her ramen tattoo just light up with this golden light, and she kind of just lifts up, and instead of it coming from the sky like you would think, the light just explodes from the ground, and it's like you see the shadows kind of shoot up in an instant of everyone that is in the circle.
I like that. So you see two individuals that were kind of lying in wait that you actually hadn't seen that were still within that radius. You see them let out a scream as the blast of light flashes for an instant above your eyes, as you call it, and their figures smote and charred into the trees near them. The archers let out a scream, but they seem to duck behind cover at the last minute, still injured and scalded. But still standing. However, the individual in the plate armor, as your light erupts, you see him wave a hand, and black ichor-like tentacles rise from the ground and cover over him as the light burns into it, scalding it. And as your spell kind of drops immediately, the tentacles kind of fall to the ground, and he just keeps walking towards you.
All right. Well, I don't love that, but Blossom, horses now. Let's go fast.
Blossom immediately kind of strikes on the horse and urges it forward. Let's see, what is her animal handling? Not terrible, not great, not terrible. 17 will be sufficient. And she's going to use Bardic Inspiration on you and say, make sure they don't hurt anybody. And the horses kind of peel out, and you begin setting back the way you came towards Chessyx, away from the troops.
Is there any way that I can rope the one that got struck in the neck, or is it a lost cause? Can I tell if they're savable?
Roll me a medicine check. I'm gonna say, because this is such a panicked
I get
state,
it. At
it's gonna be very
disadvantage.
difficult.
Straight up or disadvantage?
I will say straight up. I'm just gonna be at a higher DC.
All right, 10-4. Okay, 12 on the die plus 1, and I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration if that's okay.
Yep, that's fine.
And that's a 3, so 12, 13, 16 total.
16 total.
Yes, sir.
Hard to tell in this moment with the amount of blood.
Yeah.
If he is not already dead, he is beyond your capabilities to save in this moment.
I just look at the one that made eye contact. Wait, first, did I notice the eye contact? Did I notice the connection?
The archer, they noticeably did not take a shot at you.
No. I'm talking about, did I notice the connection between the person that fell and I think the tiefling?
Yes. You definitely noticed that.
I just look at them and I just shake my head and say, I'm sorry.
He offers you this look of tired resignation, I think is the closest thing I can summarize. That look of someone who has seen far too many of their friends die. And at this point, the cost of the losses is catching up with them. He looks at you for a moment and just goes, he knows what he signed up for. It could have been any of us. What's more important is that you showed up, that help is arriving. That is what's important.
I just say, I have no idea what you're talking about, and I turn my back to them and check our rear, make sure we aren't being pursued vigorously.
Rue's gonna grab Galenus pocket or hand or or some part of them and say, I'm gonna try and buy us some time. And you see them jump off the back of the cart, but you feel their hand still on you, and they're casting mislead. So you become invisible at the same time. An illusionary double of you appears and goes into action, essentially.
I love it. So Golometh, as you feel
Yep.
this, you were kind of taking a look in back of you. The troops have stopped following. There are 2 more arrows that kind of fly at you and at the wagon, but neither of which find purchase, kind of slamming into the side of the wagon. But you do see the plated individual step out from the woods. They are about 30 feet away from the individual who was struck with an arrow. And you see him lift this greatsword with one hand. And it ignites with this black flame. And you hear the individual who's on the ground begin to scream. And then go silent. As your wagon peels away. Rue, your illusion. What is it going out to accomplish? Like, how is it going to distract them as they kind of, some of the guards look at you and kind of see this illusion?
Rue is taking out like that magical mace, so they can see and hear through the illusion. And then I'm assuming just acts as a normal person would. So they take out like their mace and their shield. They're just like essentially just trying to look big and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fight you guys."
All right.
And they can also speak, so it's just like, "All right, fuckers. I'm buying them some time, so if you want to get to them, you got to go through me. Who wants up first? I make a mean ravioli." She holds up the fucking her like little meat grinder, or not meat grinder, but meat tenderizer.
The plated individual looks at this illusion and lets out this hollow, metallic chuckle. Where their face would be is this iron mask. It is got 2 slits for like eyes and a 3-pronged gap above the mouth. And he chuckles and then walks towards your illusion, sword drawn. Very well.
You are one ugly mother. What's your name?
I don't give my name to dead individuals.
Wow, that's weird. I was about to say the same thing. I don't care about the names of the dead I've killed. We are on like the same page here. I mean, we could have maybe been buddies at one point, but now you've clearly drawn a line in the sand, and now I've got to kill you. That's unfortunate. You killed your own guy, right? Did I see that? Or is
No,
he
they
killed? No,
they
sorry.
killed the individual who got the arrow in the throat.
Oh yeah, yeah. Why are you just burning a guy who clearly was dying anyways? That was just unnecessary.
It was a mercy, and he had no information to give me.
How do you know? Yeah, you know what? It's neither here nor there. What do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni.
Provided that anybody cares to know where you died.
He lets out a chuckle, and you know what? Does your illusion roll initiative? Is the real question.
Are we going to have to save your
says-
illusion now?
On each of your turns, as a bonus action, you can switch back and forth. You use your action to move your double. So I'm assuming it's on the same initiative.
Okay, well, let's roll a quick initiative then, to see who's going to move first after this declaration.
That is a natural 20 plus 2, 22.
All right, so you go first.
Well, I don't think I can cast through it. So they're just going to take the defense one. So try to dodge, right? Dodge action, I think is a thing.
Yep. All right, so you are taking the dodge action?
Yes.
All right. he begins to pick up the pace. It is not the slow, intimidating walk. It is like a tank revving its engines. As they close the distance to you, easily, within the 6 seconds, they reach out with their greatsword and swing it down. Would a 25 hit you?
Barely. Yes.
Barely. Noted. And then they, with a follow-up with a 24 swing, almost falling. That would be 12 slashing, 11 fire from the first swing. The second swing is 11 slashing, 7 fire damage. And even as they kind of slash down through your illusion with this blade, they stop for a brief second and look at you. Well, on your tombstone I'll put, "Will die braver than most."
Say, well, you are, you've been bamboozled, I guess. Until next time. And they will, I guess, drop the illusion. See you in hell.
Yeah, at this point the wagon is like a good solid 200 feet away. And they just look up towards where the wagon went, and the black flames like flicker and eat back into the blade, and he just sheaths it over his shoulder.
Yeah, I guess back in the cart. Yeah, I bought us about the not too much time. The jig is up, as they say, so we should keep going.
The tiefling speaks up. "I know a place. The rebels are held up there. It's a fort we've captured from the collapse. I can direct us here if you'd like. It's safe. I have men there."
This feels like a whole thing. Where is it?
It's a castle about 2 hours southwest of here on the old logging road. It's called Harmwith Castle.
Armed with what?
Harmwith Castle.
We just saved y'all from harm. Now you want to go to something named Harm? With a castle?
I mean, we can name it whatever. I didn't build the place.
How about
I didn't
Super
name-
Happy Fun Place?
If you want to call it that, as long as we get there, I don't care what you call it. How about that?
Blossom, take us to Super Happy Fun Place.
Okay. This sounds so bad.
Oh my god, this is so annoying.
Should we? I think I'm gonna send a message to. Oh, do I send it to all of them? It's a lot of spells, though. Rue's gonna sending to Beldis. Beldis, how you doing, sweetheart? We're going to Harmwith Castle, known as Happy Fun Place. Meet us there once you get to town. Bye.
Does this normally happen when people just start talking in your head? I've heard of this. Wait, okay, I gotta respond. Time. Okay. Harmwith Castle is a super fun, happy place, and that's where you're at. Hopefully we can find it easy. Do you have directions? We're gonna be there soon, I think. Is there a time limit to how long this lasts, or is it the word count? I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
I think I'm talking to. I think I'm talking to Rue.
Word count. Word count. I think
Okay.
we're done.
So, wow.
I love this like that whole conversation. Like,
Yeah, she's like Karen was counting like from the beginning of that conversation. Like, I think we're at the limit. We're at the limit now.
Harmwith Castle. Graham, have I ever heard of a Harmwith Castle?
Roll me a history check.
Rolling you a history
DC
check.
18.
Hey, I happen to have a +8 in this, so I
If
feel
you get
good
above
about
a
that.
25, I'll give you something extra.
Well, I got a 17.
Okay. Nope. Does
Okay.
not ring a bell.
Yep. No idea. Cool.
Maybe Chessyx.
I got a 21.
21. Harmwith Castle is a abandoned keep that was fully stationed before the collapse centuries ago. However, was kind of rendered useless for a significant period of time after the collapse due to the economic standstill and the collapse of most of the governments, that there wasn't really a need to function it and not a lot of upkeep. As far as you know, it is a pile of rocks. No one's been there in a hot minute.
Yeah, I convey this information pretty much like she's reading out the textbook entry. She's just like, wait a second, I remember this. I read that for reasons unknown at this point, but she's like, I read it, and basically gives that, and it's like, but it's like a pile of rocks. Like that thing it's old. Why are they going there?
Graham, to that exact question of why are they going there, did I get any sense of distress out of Rue's voice at the time, or any indication that maybe things are going a little wrong to the plan?
That's up to Adam. I will say, Adam, you two have traveled together. Would that be something Beldis would have picked up, or is this pretty cool, calm, and collected regular Tuesday night for Rue?
It was probably faster talk, and so I don't know if Baldus would pick up if that was like, yeah, heat of the battle talk or excited talk.
Well, that'd be an inside of 14, I guess. So I'm not too sure if that helps clear anything up on this regard.
Rue's gonna send a message to Maggie.
Oh, ouch.
Don't be mad. So we killed some Empire guys just to save some people, and we may have joined the resistance.
How long have you? Sorry, I thought you were done.
Yeah, that's just how she signs up. We're
How long have you been here? And you've joined some kind of resistance and killed? Oh my God! I don't even know what we. I'm sorry. She said, "I am so. I don't mean to be rude.
Wait.
I don't mean to be what. What is? I just that what?
Who joined the resistance?
Apparently,
What now?
Rue and Golanath are in a resistance of some kind.
They're in a resistance at harm with the castle? What?
Okay,
How long have they been back?
Dials, sends to Rue. And Karis just turns around at this point. It is very much like she's on the phone. She's like, we're coming to get you. Don't leave this place this time. Click. Like that's what that was like. And there was an implicit threat in that voice, Rue. You heard the don't move. Click.
will do. Just watch out when you get into town for baddies. Love you.
Karis is just like rubbing her temples. And then sends off another sending. Benny, dear friend, Benny, I need you to look up everything you can find on Harmouth Castle. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
And there's no response. She just looks at the others. So this is fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
There is no reply to Betty. Just silence. We're just gonna let that hang there.
I need to talk to my wife.
Yes,
How-
I'm going to your place. Talk to your wife. Yeah, this might take a little bit longer than we thought.
And Karis, are you going to be okay with, seeing the Empire's troops and all?
It's fine. It's fine. Gonna have to do it at some point. It's gonna be fine. Quite frankly, probably better I'm there. Because honestly, Gollum's not gonna be having a good time if they catch him.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be having a good time if they catch him. Actually, so let's get a move on. That's
I'm gonna do
really
some deep
smart
breathing and try to not be mad. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, let's do that. Deep breathing. Let's not be mad. Just we'll focus on the positives. We know where they are.
Focus on the positives.
With this time,
Positives. Yeah.
and Benny's looking it up. We'll be fine. It's fine.
Right.
Yep. And we're gonna go there, and everything's good. So key things to explain to your wife: friends are in danger. Makes it easier to make everything else forgivable.
Yeah. No, that was what I was
Friends in
gonna lead
danger.
with. Just write it there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rescue extraction mission, indeterminate amount of time, but that's the goal. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're ready.
I think we head out.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Karis is also like back there, sort of like thinking through her disguises. So you see like prestidigitation happen a few times, a few little like morphs of like disguise self, but she's just like trying things on. It's fine.
I want to.
Minor illusion.
Yeah, I want to kind of pull Rue as far away to the side as I can, and then just say, "Rue, the hell is going on with me?" Normally, it would have been just the opportunity to kill some Assyrians, but this time it wasn't that. I actually wanted to help these people. Something's not right.
Are you in danger?
I don't know.
Becoming a good person or what?
This sucks.
Yeah, it's not the easiest. It's not the path of least resistance, I would say.
No. Well, I'm trying to resist it, but I can't. And
I mean, we can go back if you want to just kill some guys. But I think we're gonna have a lot of that in our future, so we should maybe just go to where we're going.
yeah, no, I think I made more enemies with the Assyrian Empire. Even all of my interactions with them before and everything that I know, I've never encountered this, and I look to the tiefling and I speak up. Did you say Inquisitorius? What is this abomination?
The tiefling looks at you for a moment and kind of lifts himself up to sit upright. He's kind of been slouching. Sorry, friend. Italian Rage Fiend.
And what was your name, by the way?
Well, Italian Rage Fiend.
Thank you.
But,
I'm Golineth, and this is Rue, and that annoying thing up front is Blossom.
well, it's a pleasure to meet you. It's,
Well, you haven't really gotten to know Blossom. You'll change your mind.
well, a friendly face is good enough these days, all things considered. But, yes, that, plated individual, the one with the sword. the Inquisitors. They're sent ahead of the invasions to coerce or snuff out any resistance that could exist before the town or the city even knows the Empire's coming. Sometimes it's a minor accident that killed a noble. Sometimes it's that the food stores have caught fire, or rats, and the Assyrian Empire is there with food. All you have to do is agree to them, and they'll help save you. They usually travel alone, but I don't know why, but there are 4 of them here. Maybe it was that we caught on to them before they could succeed with whatever they're doing. Most people fled before they arrived, but I think there's something else going on. Me and the volunteers have stayed behind. We've been trying to fight them, but every time we are either a little too slow, or there's a lot less of us now.
Well, hold Blossom, can you stop the thing, the cart?
Yes, I can stop the cart anytime.
Well, can you do it now?
Oh, you wanted it done. You weren't asking if I could just do it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And she will stop the cart.
So these guys show up to a town and something bad happens, and then the Empire takes over. I feel like that means we have to stay here and not flee to a tower that is not here.
Well, the tower is still within Chessyx's borders. It's still here. It's still home. It's just off the grid. The more distance we can put between us and the roads, the safer we are.
Yeah, but also the more distance we put between us and the roads is the more distance we put between us and helping the people of the city.
I don't think that we'll be able to take care of this ourselves, Rue. We need to meet back up with our people and see if we can devise a plan. We need...
Yeah, but they're coming to do we know where they're coming in the city?
We literally told you that we were coming in that last sending to the place you're going, to that tower.
You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me. I didn't hear. Nobody sent me anything.
Is there a teleportation to the tower directly, or is it in the city?
You don't know about a teleportation portal. You have no knowledge.
That's fair. Okay.
So I'm just like, Rue, I wouldn't say that I'm the best with decisions right now. I'm still trying to figure out if I knew the trap was set and we sprung it, or if I didn't know. Either way, I don't think I can trust my judgment right now. Because if I did know and I didn't care, then I risked your life, which is unforgivable. If I didn't know, then that means that I've gotten weak-minded, and strong-spirited. A deadly combination.
Well, I mean, you don't have to worry about. You're not risking my life. I could walk away any second.
That's fair. But let's get these folks at least to where they want to go, and hopefully we can find our folks, or they can find us, and maybe I can find myself. I don't know.
Well, if your friends are any as fortuitous as you are, then they're no doubt welcome in our ranks.
You'd be lucky to have them.
These days, we're lucky to have anyone.
Do you happen to have like another safe house in the city that we could clue in our friends just in case?
I could arrange it. I do have some contacts within the city. It will take a little bit of time to get word out.
Yeah, well, let's do that thing. I don't know how long it's going to take them to get here, but yeah, let's do all the stuff.
All right. So we're gonna skip ahead to after you have arrived, and we're gonna go back to Maggie. This is probably now we're doing because the party split. Time is all wonky. Maggie,
What does a con shirt say? What does it say?
never split. Maggie, you head home to Haven, the city outside of Crystal Caverns. The mud from the garden is put back where it should be, namely not inside. There is a rock with a painted face on it, guarding some chrysanthemums. And you can smell the smell of like freshly baked bread.
Is Beldis and Karis with me, or am I going in on my own?
I'll leave that up to the three of you. I don't have a preference.
Karis would probably have stopped at like the little gate to this like cute little garden and been like, "Do you want us to go in?"
Come on. It's smell the bread, you know? You can have dessert.
Ah, that bread smells great, but too bad I filled up on all the mutton.
You can eat the mutton. I had to finish half of your mutton.
I gave you the mutton.
Yes.
And then I brought pocket mutton.
All right, okay, all right. I mean, if you're gonna argue, you can stay at the gate. Otherwise,
We're trying. Okay, the argument's just to try to make you feel better, like it's normal, and not
distraction,
walking,
no,
not
it's
standing there right
normal.
next door to hell.
Yes,
You know,
yeah,
I mean,
no, it's not normal. Well, I mean, this is heaven actually over here, and just I'm leaving it on purpose. It's the not normal part of it. Okay.
The rock's really cute. I like the rock.
Hey, hi, Ahuna, hun, are you? Hi.
Hey, how was your day?
Eventful. You know, Karis and Valdis. Yeah. Rue and Galaneth are the kids around? Where did they? Are they?
I just got Gagri into bed early.
All right. Okay. They're in danger. It sounds like a lot of danger. You know where all the refugees are coming from, where the Empire is taken.
Mhm.
Somehow they ended up there. And sounds like they're sort of maybe under siege or trapped or some kind of, they got themselves involved in some kind of rebellion or something, and they called for our help. We were planning to just, go in quickly, grab them, and leave for like take a few hours, but I don't know. This sounds like a lot more than that.
Can you guarantee you'll be safe?
I can guarantee that I'll try. I can guarantee that I'm stronger than your average, person on the street.
And we'll be doing our best to make sure Maggie gets back.
Well, try not to let anything bad happen to her.
What are you going to tell the kids? I don't want to...
Oh, well, I'll tell them Mommy's being a hero.
I'm gonna go maybe give him a hug and a kiss. Just
Of course, of course.
look careful. Try to. I'll be.
No worries. I'll get a jar of honey for you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
And she gives you a really tight embrace first.
And very quietly, Maggie will go upstairs to hug and kiss her children as gently as she can so as not to wake them.
So once you kind of get up there, two of them are clearly awake. They have propped a chair up in their room and they've tossed a blanket over it to make like a makeshift fort. And they have like the hooded lantern that's in their room like set in between it, and they're reading a book that you probably bought for them a few days ago at the market.
Hey, what are you reading?
Hi, we're reading, Where Did the Beagle Go?
Where did the beagle go? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Do you want to read it with us?
Yeah, but I have to go help some friends who are in some danger. I have to figure out where my friends went instead of where a beagle went. I have to go help them.
So it's like Rover.
Yeah. It's if one of you was in danger or hurt, I would go anywhere or do anything to help you. And when someone's family, that's what you do. The family.
The kids offer you like a very the older you get, the harder it is to make that kind of emotional convincing. But it seems like for younger people, it just makes sense, that fundamental truth. And they both kind of look at you and nod like, of course. And
I give them
they both, latch on for a solid minute.
I kiss him on the forehead each. It's like, go back to your book. I won't tell Mom.
Okay, you promise.
Cross my heart.
Okay.
And then I go across the room and kiss and hug my sleeping son.
He is snoring like a typhoon. And has kicked off like half the blankets, just like starfished across the bed, that is probably bigger than he is.
Mm-hmm. Just a gentle hug and a gentle kiss. And I slip out the room.
All right. You head downstairs where Beldis and Karis and your adventuring pack has been kind of set out in this brief time. Your wife has kind of kept it in a closet, packed and ready to go. Whether it was due to the frequent needs to move or knowing that her wife would feel the call of the road or of destiny at some point. It's set there with 2 jars of honey with your little flame bee dancing on top of like a mason jar tin.
And I just see that she saved that pack, and I don't even say anything. I just give a nod of recognition. I'll keep you updated as best I can. Several, and I like to point to Karis, like several of my companions now can speak easily across distances. So I'll keep you updated. If you don't hear for a day or so, it just means that they didn't have the arcane energy left that night.
That's okay. I know you'll get letters to me. I didn't tell you, but I may have bought 2 healing potions and put them in the pouch for you. Never know when you need them.
When did you buy those?
Oh, well, You know when I said I was going out to buy groceries?
Una, you know me way too well. And then I run in and give her a hug and a kiss.
She will return it with gusto.
And just very gradually and reluctantly step away. I think time might be of the essence here. Aldous, Harris, if we don't go now, I'm probably not going to go. So we should really go now.
Yeah.
Bye.
Don't cry now. Don't let it
luck.
get estranged.
Exactly.
Good luck.
Harris will shoo them off towards the tower. A helpful shooing.
Yeah. So, as you shoo off, we're going to take a quick 10-minute break. And we will be back soon. So, don't go anywhere, everybody.
Oh, go to the
Don't
bathroom,
go
get a
away.
drink,
Uh-oh.
maybe grab a snack. I mean, go somewhere, but come back in a few minutes.
Yeah. You know, we'll be back when we'll be back, okay? Hello, everybody.
Oh no.
Welcome back. While we listen to some very zen music. This is Graham, your Zen podcast host. Joined with me today are Anarions Rest, our wonderful D&D 5e homebrew campaign. Back from our good old 10-minute break, we are going to pick back up with Beldis, Maggie, and Karis, headed back to the Mage College. I'm assuming that's where you all would have gone to speak with Benny. But you tell me.
I
Yes.
did want to
Sorry.
see if Chessyx wanted to come.
Oh, sure.
That's
you know,
all right, y'all. I don't want to take too much more time, but
Yeah, that's,
On-
yeah.
On the subject of Chessyx, as you are exiting your house, Chessyx is like sitting on a barrel, like maybe like 40 feet away from your house, playing a harmonica.
Why are you okay?
Oh, well, well, no problem. I was just indulging on a little bit of harmonica playing.
You know, you could have just knocked and asked if you could go in if that's what you wanted to do.
Oh, no, I didn't want to presume. You looked quite busy. I
mean,
simply,
that's what knocking is for. Is so you could, what, I mean, I don't mean to. Whatever. I'm not trying to be critical. What did you need?
well, nothing except for the fine indulgence of company and friends, if I had any friends.
Okay.
But,
So, speaking of that, friend. By the way, Chessyx, this is Beldis and Karis. Karis, Beldis, this is Chessyx.
pleasure to meet both of
Chessyx.
you. I have, indeed, have seen your, miraculous, statues upon the city.
Or statues.
Well, it's still being worked on, but yes.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh god. All right.
Always just
So
really faster.
how would you like to spend more time with us?
More time. Pedestrian? Doing what?
Going and helping to rescue our friends who are stuck behind Imperial lines, involved in a rebellion of some sort.
Absolutely not. I do
But
assume
see,
that my house is calling firehouse.
I mean, I get it. I mean, did you just like kind of try to get away from it? The problem is that we really can't safely get there unless we have help from someone who knows the area.
You wouldn't have to stay. In fact, you might not even have to go at all. We just need to like talk with you for a bit.
Roll one of the three of you roll persuasion.
Can I help? Because I have a thing to help.
Sure. Yeah. No. That
Yeah.
that works.
If you're willing to help us, can probably convince my wife to hire you as a babysitter for the kids, maybe even a live-in kind of au pair situation.
Yeah. Make that check at advantage. You offered this person room and board. Like, he had the starry-eyed look of a
It's
millennial.
rolling.
Just like a house.
All right. That is 19.
19. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Of course I'd be happy to help. Given I probably won't want to go back, after all, lot of, unpleasant business over there, I suppose. If your friends are involved, then, I wish them all the best. What do you need to know?
So
Walk and talk with us, buddy. Walk and talk
yeah,
with us.
yeah.
We're gonna.
I mean,
Mhm.
he keeps up with Beldis, who are the only two that walk 25 feet per 6 seconds, but...
exactly. So Karis is basically asking every sort of detail about the area, the lay of the terrain, streets and layout of the city, if he can recall them well. Additionally, is asking after the weird ruins that might be in the forest nearby, those ones, and how to get there. So she's trying to sort of build a mental map based on this man's recollection of his hometown. she's walking backwards, to be clear.
Yeah. Keep
Walking
eye
backwards,
contact,
sort of keeping pace with Maggie as Veldis and the man walk.
So, rather than roleplay out the information that you would be conveyed in a less direct manner, he is able to give you the layout of the city, and like the town, down to like the name of the shops, the name of the blacksmith, the family that have run the blacksmith for 4 generations, the local aristocracy of like 3 houses that are really just like slightly wealthier farmers than the rest. He does recall the name of the keep, but you know, you can thank the natural 20 he rolled. He informs you that that was not the original name. In fact, the original name of the keep was the Armathane Keep. However, Oh, we lost somebody. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Maggie's wife came back in and took her. She's not going to get the picture.
She was like, "You can't stream today."
It's the sink. The sink came to take her network.
All right, so we will be right back, everybody. Gotta fight the tech goblins. We will return in like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe sooner. If you keep chanting in the chat, I'm sure we will arrive sooner. So we will see you in a few minutes.
Without question. Oh dear.
And we're back. I bet you missed me a lot, and I bet a lot of you were crying in the chat. I see a lot of really beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. Hello, Elle. Thank you for the raid. You're just in time for Anarions rest. So, where last we left off, Karis, Maggie, and Beldis were heading towards the Mage College within the Crystal Caverns to secure a teleportation from their good friends Benny the Whiz Kid. But as they were heading out the door, having said their goodbyes, they ran into Chessyx, Maggie's halfling friend from Chessyx. There they politely convinced Chessyx to spill the beans on where they're headed to save their companions. But where last we left off, Karis. It was not originally known as Harmouth Castle, but rather Armathane Keep. However, due to the translation and the change of the common tongue over the centuries, the castle itself has been misinterpreted several times as the city-state of Chessyx is rather small and unimportant, and seems to have been overlooked quite a bit. That's the information you're able to kind of glean out of him. He does say it's off of a logging road in the midst of the forest. There's a set of cliffs that kind of converge, and something about a waterfall. He hasn't been there personally, just heard mention of a waterfall. And that's about all the information you get out of him as you kind of arrive at the front entrance.
Excellent. So I would do the usual entry procedure, like the international student I am. I have the key card. I've got to let all of you in, sign you into the guest book.
I wave hi to the gargoyle.
Exactly, the gargoyle.
Oh, hello there.
Hey, Steve.
How's it going? You having a good time out there?
Yeah, it was great. Thanks.
Oh, no problem. I'm just hanging around here.
Uh-huh.
No biggie.
Have a good time, Steve.
Oh, you used to. Are they staying the night? Are they staying the evening? You know what? I trust you. You just have a fun time.
It's fine. Yeah, bye. Bye, Steve.
Bye. And, the door kind of opens.
So that's
Oh,
Steve.
no.
Entry gargoyle.
Much more talkative with you. It was a little very formal when I came through. But
Yeah, he does that to visitors. I think
Yeah.
he gets a kick out of it. It's really boring just sitting there all day. So
no, I can imagine.
gotta spice it
I
up.
don't take it personal. Yeah, no, of course. Crouching in the hallways.
Yeah. As you kind of enter in, there's a bunch of wizards kind of, again, sitting in that library entryway, kind of lounging in the chairs. The spiral staircase reaching up. In front of you as you enter is Benny. The Azamar, his golden freckles, and a large-brimmed wizard hat that droops over his face.
Well, hello there, milady. It is so nice to see all of you in well met and in good health. Will thou be needing anything in addition to what you have requested that I purvey and pursue for you, friend?
yes. So Armathane Keep, as well as that other stuff. Or did you already find that?
Well, it seems my thunderbolt has been counterspelled. I had encountered that bit of trivia, very trivial to begin with, but I did locate and learn that in my readings.
Fantastic. That should probably cover all of it. Actually, is the teleportation circle that's active, right? The one that takes us to the top of the stairs? It's still going?
I think so.
Cool, we're gonna use that. Come on, everybody.
Does
Come on.
that include me, or am I gonna watch?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, you're coming with us as well.
Oh, what wonderful! Part of the group.
So,
So
Benny, was
this
it?
is-
Yeah, they call me Betty the Whiz Kid.
You don't call him that.
BWK, awesome. Question: have you ever been next door to hell?
Next door to hell? I can't believe to say that I have.
Fantastic. Awesome. You need to hang with us for a little bit here. We're going to have a little bit more of these conversations.
Excellent. So she leads them into the teleportation circle, which is a fun glowy circle with runes around the edges, as I remember it. They get in the line, they get into the circle, and Karis.
Chessyx, though, did you need Chessyx to give you more information about the place, or is
Yes.
Chessyx free to go?
I mean,
Oh.
this is rather nice up here.
You can just continue up, like take the tour. It's kind of nice. It's kind of slick, right?
Yes, I mean, as someone of my noble stature, it is a bit, fancy even for my blood. But, never fear, I've never been a stranger to danger, nor fear the unknown.
Then
Fantastic. Well, let's all go up. So
help your
she
people.
twists probably a little thing that has like the numbers on it for which floor it's actually going to teleport you to,
Yeah.
as like the fill-in of like the last part of the teleportation circle. So she adjusts it to her floor, where her rooms, or rather probably like the study room that she and Benny use for their various experiments. She sets it to that, and then she makes to activate the circle. And it would probably go whoop, 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 fun magic effects, and then DM take it away, you know?
Yeah. So, like sand from an hourglass, this chalky sand as you dial. The rivulets in the floor are like metallic, interchangeable, rotating clockwise machines that, with every crank, they alternate and sift the chalk into different designs matching the designs of the corresponding teleportation circle. And as it all goes, you feel the latent magical energies begin to funnel, and almost like you are being stretched across the books of a page in a singular moment. You are both here and there, and then suddenly the rest of you catches up. And you are standing in a circle. The same circle, you could say, just in a different place.
That felt weird. That was different.
Yeah, and that's pretty much how it is pretty much all the time. So now that we know what to expect, let's file in. And she would open the door to the crazy zone of
Okay.
basically their lab.
You're in one piece.
Yes. And all the pieces seem to be where they should be. It's all.
They're all where they should be.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, the only real issues are when you don't know where you're going and don't have the corresponding sigils. Or if you want to be risky and you're like, let's see what this baby can do.
No, don't do not explain
Not
that part to
doing
me.
that,
Do
exactly.
not explain that part to me.
Don't.
Oh,
just- I need my
Shoot.
denial on this one.
Shoots him inside, and I was like, come on. And we file in.
And you enter this bit of a study. It's got maybe like 9 to 12 bookshelves that kind of stretch down, and 3 large tables that have a whole bunch of books scattered about, half opened, watermarked. There are parchment quills set in like 90 places in each book that Benny has like meticulously placed. Some of them are the ones you saw him picking up in the stairwell that he had spilled earlier, like the Normonomicon, how to have regular conversations with regular people, and the algorithmic equation of the universe. Is it all numbers? Have you ever felt like someone was controlling your destiny? Are we really in control? And various other books. There's like the history of Chessyx, and the areas within the eastern border of the Empire. There is one called History Before the Collapse, a recorded history of the spoken stories of those that were left behind. And this one has the most, and has like a red quill that's stuffed in one of the pages. And Benny like immediately goes over to the table and like flips open the book. It's like a book that's maybe like 2 feet by 2 feet, like hard cover, and he's like, ugh!
Well, as you stole my lightning bolt, this is what I found when I was purveying the information available. But, as you can see, prior to the collapse, it was Armathane Castle. It was home to a cabal of paladins and druids, if you will believe it. A druidic order had worked with those divinely inspired to establish order across the material plane. There's not a lot of information on their sigils. I mean, who cares? You know, it's not magic. It's kind of boring. But what is important is that after the collapse, they just vanished. Like, they just, you know, I mean, a lot of people vanished, you know. Cities burned, towers collapsed, magic went awry, but there's just nothing left. Like, nothing mentions them ever again until the ruins get discovered, in this, remote location near logging when they were, it was in, like, 1027, that a logging group, that came down south from the Drellwood Forest, was kind of, logging in the area of Chessyx, kind of discovered the ruins, or at least the outskirts of, like, the outer walls. They never really went in, because, you know, it's scary and they're not adventurers, but what I'm trying to say is I don't know if this thing has a sigil. And if it does, I don't know it.
Well, that complicates things.
But I have been testing out a spell.
Say more.
Go
Say more.
on.
So, you know, the Whiz Kid knows his magic, and knows his theoretical magics, and, a little bit of divination, a little bit of evocation, you know what I'm saying? I could probably, you know, make a sigil up, and then shift you with the corresponding ingredients to draw the exact sigil when you arrive, establishing a back and forth. But
Why don't we
haven't tested it.
just go to Cheswick and then get to the ruins by not magical means?
Cheswick, which may be overrun with.
Cheswick, sorry.
Yes. I'm getting my names confused as well with this place.
All right, Cheswick.
So, anyway, if we go to the town and it's overrun with agents of the Empire, is that going to be more dangerous to us versus Benny the Amazing Whiz Kids? Fantastic, and I'm assuming well-researched theory?
I would never put forth anything that was not my best foot forward.
I mean, I could fly us out of Cheswick if there's a lot of troops.
Then we'd lead them there.
Or get arrowed.
All right, she's like, excuse me one moment. She's gonna pull Benny aside. And there's going to be a hushed conversation.
While she pulls Benny
Anything
aside,
for you.
I want to start looking at Benny's books.
Yeah. Roll an investigation check if you'd like.
I want to sniff this book, and then I'm going to cast enhance ability for intelligence on this one here, because I really want to try to understand what he's doing.
Sure.
And that would give me
And
advantage
so while
on.
he's doing that, Karis is having a heart-to-heart with Benny of, I need you to tell me the exact, like, how likely are we to lose limbs in this sort of experiment? Like, she needs the actual details of, like, exactly how bad could this be for them? What are the odds we're dealing with here? And is there any way she can actually improve them for him?
The long answer is no. The short answer is you have a 20% chance of failure.
Gotcha.
Given
hear
the
that?
3 of you, that's pretty good.
I don't hear that, do I?
No. Unless
No,
you
exactly. Like, this is the like
roll a high
the
passive
hushed
perception.
conversation.
Maybe you hear bits and snippets. You probably hear like,
Yeah, what's my passive?
Your passive, I think, is over
19.
Yeah.
My passive perception is 19.
You probably hear anything you want in this room.
It's about 20% of failure. Now, you wouldn't lose lives. You just not end up where you're meant to be. Whether that's by inches or miles, I can't tell you. But also, you know, there's like a 3% chance maybe you don't end up on the same plane, or, maybe, something unforeseen happens, like you'll lose all your magic abilities for a week.
What? How does that even work? And then
it's-
they start getting probably into
Oh,
theoretical.
yeah, he's
knowledge.
like, it's the Arcanum theory in which matter is not created, merely distributed, and magic is... It's just like, it siphons it off of you to, keep the magic going, because the magic has a set destination.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like really nerdy stuff, but I think roll me a general intelligence check, Karis.
Delightful. General intelligence
Yeah,
check.
yeah. We'll see. There may be something you may be able to do, or at least
Chicken. All right. That's an intelligence check, not saving throw, right?
Yes, intelligence check.
So that's 15. 20, a dirty 20.
Dirty
All right.
With a dirty 20, you could set a safeguard. In the off chance that something does happen, if you leave today with the preparation you have, you can guarantee that one of either you or your companions are safeguarded from failure. That they will be guaranteed to get to the destination, even if something goes awry. You can do this two ways. Either one, you use your own magical abilities while traveling and teleporting to add additional risk to yourself, or you need to take at least maybe 2 hours of waiting to work and to guarantee that they will have a failsafe.
So it's at least 2 hours like reading, researching work
Yeah.
here. Okay. I will actually come forward after the conclave with Benny. Give him a quick pat. I think I
Before
have
you
an
come to talk to us.
Yep.
Is that it? I
Exactly.
will also like, hey Beldis, I don't think that this is as safe as maybe he's trying to make it sound like it is. So
Oh, I heard, and
okay.
yeah.
Just wanted to make sure that you heard, because I think he's getting a little carried away with his own ideas.
To respond to that properly, on going through his notes there, I have my intelligence check came to a 16.
16. With a 16, you know what am I going to give you? It looks like he has done a lot of research into this in a short amount of time. It is like the scribbles of a madman that is trying to please their investors.
Yep. Okay.
But it does have a lot of weight behind the notes.
Okay.
Like, they are very well thought out and very arranged, and they seem to dictate towards different reference materials and different pages. But the problem is even with the time you have, you can understand that it is a solid plan, but it is still a rushed plan.
Okay, gotcha. So now that I've comprehended that response to Maggie, it's like, well, what I can say from seeing here, there's a good beat. The rhythm seems in place. The lyrics are a little thrown together, but the band hasn't practiced this yet. So, yeah, this could be a terrible audition. This could be the next Crossbows and Barrels. We don't know.
I followed followed you right up till crossbows and barrels, and then you sort of
You've
lost
never
me.
heard
That's
crossbows and barrels
very
class?
extended. and we-
All
I'm
right,
not
all
from
right.
around here.
So after deep discussions with my research partner here, I have come on a semi-solution that could further safeguard this venture. However, I can do it one of two ways. One is the rush job, and at significant risk to myself, I can, whilst during transit, make sure that one of you is actually completely safeguarded from any magical happenstances. That's the risky rush job version. Or we can take like 2 hours here, and I could do it in a much safer manner, but similarly safeguard one of you to make sure that at least one of us reaches the destination perfectly fine. No displacement of like 20 miles or something. None of that. And no loss of magic. Like,
This is a terrible idea.
why?
Wait,
This-
why do we wait? Why would we do that? I don't
I
understand.
could safeguard you completely. At least
One
one
of
of us.
us. Right. At least one. This is what?
And then the rest of us have an incredibly great chance of not having anything happen to us at all,
No.
which means that all three
It's
of us
not incredibly great if there's an 80% chance of success.
That's actually really great if you're
No,
thinking about like magic.
Really, it's oh goodness. Okay. So
Like if you're really thinking about theoreticals, it's a pretty good idea.
how far away is this place?
How far away is Chessyx?
Well, about a week of travel on the road.
I would rather do that. I'll fly you.
Are you sure?
Well, are we going to help our friends if we show up and one of us has arms in the wrong place? I don't think
That's
so.
not gonna happen. That's
That would never happen.
not one of the options.
Are
You
we
won't-
going to help our friends if we don't get there for 7 to 10 days?
My
Precise-
question is, can your friends survive without you for 7 days?
I don't know.
Great question.
Why don't we
Also
do
good.
the
Not
safer
certain.
version of just going to Chessyx at least, and then I will fly you from Chessyx to the ruins?
That could happen. There is a teleportation circle in this town, that we do have here stored on file that we could send you through. I can't guarantee that it is not being watched. Lady Karis has said, that, you know, the Assyrian Empire is now there. They are a majocracy. I don't know if it's been tampered with.
Can you scry?
That is beyond my capabilities right now.
Garrus?
Let's think this over.
That's a good question. I don't know. Can I scry?
I think it's a level 5 spell. If you don't have it prepped for the day, you might not be able to.
You're in
I
a tower
bel-
full of wizards.
Yeah, I believe Benny has scryed, just Benny doesn't have another 5th level spell slot today.
Indeed. I do not have it prepared.
Yeah.
I don't-
So Benny does have the capability to cast it, just not right now.
So,
Yes.
if we think this over for a second, the Assyrian Empire is there. They're going to probably try to secure that area, or at the very least, turn into their use as best as possible. A teleportation circle,
There
if
is
it
a
works.
in fact,
it is.
nearly a 100% chance that that teleportation circle is either one, completely locked down. That's a
Exactly, without question.
without question, it is locked down. 2, they may have already started tampering with it to make sure
Yes.
that no one but them can go through it. And then 3, that becomes incredibly more dangerous, and that actually carries the risks of possibly ripping people apart if we try to go through it.
Oh yes, because they'll most likely use horses in that scenario after they capture us and figure out what's going on. And if they recognize you on top of that, we'd be absolutely
no.
consumed.
You're
But-
very hopeful. No.
That
It's-
doesn't matter. The point we're getting at here is that it is likely a closed option for us to travel through. Therefore, the quote higher risk portal, as Benny has indicated here in these notes, may be the safer alternative versus what we walk across, and safer for our friends to get there in a faster means if necessary.
Lady, sorry.
There is-
You did prefer not to do that. Maggie,
Mm-hmm.
you're a druid from what I've been told, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you, I've heard druids can teleport kind of as well, right?
Well, yeah, but I have to be familiar with a tree in the area. And
What if
sleep on it.
what if I teleported a tree?
I love the idea. I would still have to sleep on it.
Hmm.
What if we send one person who I safeguard first to put the sigil down that Benny creates, which then makes all subsequent teleportations infinitely safer?
That would make sense. It would be a guaranteed teleport once the sigil's down.
Does that sound good? And she looks to Maggie.
Do what you can. It's hard because, you know, I don't have power over any of that to do anything. You know, I don't have any. It's just very helpless. That's all. That's all. It's.
You don't have to go first.
I'll go first.
Baby Belvis? Yeah.
It makes the most sense. I can be.
Worth, I don't think you're useless, Lady Madfield. I think that you are, without a doubt, going to be the most important aspect of your journey, as this is through a forest. And I think I speak for everyone when I say I hate getting sweaty and walking.
You know, you don't have to butter me up to get me to trust what you're doing. Like, there's nothing else that I can do really at this point except do a thing that I have no control over. So that's fine. That's just the way it's going to be. You don't have to kiss up to me.
I would never.
Good. Don't.
Okay, who are we sending?
Teach me what needs to be done. But make it the quick version. Our time is getting limited.
Precisely. So I think we'll take the 2 hours for Karis to prepare a guaranteed teleport for Belvis to get to exactly the right place to be able to place the right sigil to then send herself and Maggie through.
Okay. As you were taking those 2 hours, Benny is drawing a sigil on the floor with this white ink that is kind of a mixture of diamond dust and paint almost on the study, and he's like, I'm gonna have to clean this later. But Belvis, he gives you a vial and a piece of paper that has the same corresponding drawing on it. At the end of the 2 hours, he goes,
You need to draw this absolutely correctly. I cannot stress that enough.
Okay. About halfway through the time of him explaining, Belvis's complete and total comprehension of what was going on took a noticeable cliff dive as the enhanced ability spell wore off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first half, Belvis was very much like, yep, makes sense. Of course, that's the way it works. And the second half was going, hold up a minute. So with this whole, don't screw this up. Okay, sure. I can do that. Benny, I have a personal question.
Yeah.
And I need you to be 100% honest with me here on this.
What has ever given you the belief that I am not 100% honest all the time?
I've only known you for 2 hours.
Why you couldn't say my entire personality can be known in 2 hours?
That's not true. Are you really? And I mean this in the nicest way possible. It's going to come out a little crude, but I just got to be clear on this one here. Are you really as smart as you think you are?
One doesn't just get into the mage college because I can cast a few cantrips, okay? I'll have you know I'm pretty talented in the arcana.
Karis looks reluctant as she has also been brushing up and been studiously researching. Yeah, no, like, he's good.
That's fantastic. Okay.
And her
Benny?
hesitation was more like she was like gauging
She was like, "Do I give him the
Benny
compliment?"
to like make sure she didn't like say too positive a thing for him to like flip out. But she
Benny,
does say good with a certain conviction of like, he's good at this.
I need your shirt.
All right. I mean, I'm sure it's for the plan, so he just...
I was honestly expecting a little bit more of a fight on that one there, but okay, perfect.
I mean, you're testing out my spell, so really it's the least I can do.
So that's fantastic. I need this one right here that you're wearing.
Okay.
Okay.
I also do have something that may help all of you. In that back cupboard, there are 3 rings that will allow each of you to send to me once per day.
You specifically?
Yeah.
He like holds up his hand. And he has like 3 sending rings like on his hand.
Does it allow you to send back to us?
Yeah.
I mean, before we initiate it?
Yeah, that's how they typically work, but I figured, just in case anything ever happens, you might need someone that can kind of get you out of a jam. You know, part of the team.
Absolutely.
Karis is noticeably like just bowed her head for a second. She knows exactly where those urges come from.
Oh yeah, I mean Benny can send you anytime.
Exactly. He
This
can
is
send
Benny
me
giving
anyway,
you the
so, like,
ability. He put you on his family
does
plan.
it matter if I take the ring? Obviously, it's like a gesture, and she's like weighing the. Do I take the gesture? Is that gonna?
I'll
But
take
she
a
would
ring and put it in my
encourage
pocket.
both Maggie and Beldis. You should probably take
Dell
it.
just grabs the ring and puts it on.
Yeah. Well, it's in my pocket, not on my finger.
Testing. 1, 2, 7.
It is a ring of sending. Benny, over the course of the 2 hours, would have explained it to you. You have enough time to attune to it, over that time.
Alright, are you ready to do this?
Yep. And
No,
Karis has
But we're
killed
doing it anyway.
a ring of sending.
Alright.
She's made sure he did not see her take it.
Okay. Easy enough to do. He is hyper fixated on sending Beldis through this rift.
Alright.
And he starts chanting, and it takes maybe 12 seconds of chanting. And unlike the gears on the floor of the previous one, this one hums and cranks. And there's a wave of unyielding, uncontrolled magic that kind of spreads out like arcs of blue electricity from the sigil on the ground. And in the center where the sigil was, it opens up into the floor. But instead of floor, it is this ether. It is blue, sparkling atmosphere.
Alright, well, it's open. You better get going. I can't hold this forever.
Yeah, so whatever Karis would have had to do to sort of stabilize this, she'd give Beldis the, you're good to go.
Quick words to myself of, if I can fool yourself, I came this world alone. Oh God, alone! And I jump into this thing.
You hurtle impossibly fast. Like light from the sun hitting your eye. Just at that part where you're gonna get a nice photograph and it's just that one little shadow that always ruins the photo. That is you. For a brief moment, and with a audible kaboom of an explosion, you land on the ground. You are in a forest, autumn colors everywhere, oak and maple surrounding you, and birch. The fallen leaves kind of scattered with the eruption of where you land in a 5x5 circle around you in a 5-foot radius is just a black mark of scorched earth down to the rock. And birds fly off. And you are standing in a forest far away from where you were. You hear the sound of a rushing waterfall cascading into pools. And
Not gonna chase
we are
that.
gonna switch over to Rue and Golnath. Alright, let's switch over some music.
Derpy derp.
Well, that one didn't want to work. Yeah, this is I can roll with this. Rue, go enough. You arrived at the waterfalls about an hour and a half ago. Your small caravan in the wagon going through the autumnal forest on old logging trails that have long been distended. You arrived into kind of this clearing. It's about 30, maybe 60 feet by 30 feet, without trees. And in front of you is this cascaded pool with rocks jutting up of like granite and marble, and the waves of water coming down from the waterfall kind of collapsing on it and then kind of rippling and solidifying. The waterfall is a large cliff. It is maybe 200 to 300 feet across this ravine coming from a river up above. As you kind of arrived, Adalion kind of pauses you as you arrive. Well, we're here. Looks like the wards are in place. That's good. All right. He takes a look around and moves over to one of the trees. And you see him pull something out of a false container within the tree, and it's like a amulet. And he wraps it around his hand and kind of walks back. All right, everyone stay close to me. This only works once. And everyone good? Anyone have questions before we do this?
What do you mean it only works once? Like a day, an hour?
Like, we have to make
month?
a new amulet and recharge it.
So what about our friends that are coming for backup? How are they gonna get in here?
I'll post a lookout and we'll have another one charged by then. You said you don't know when your friends are coming.
Yeah.
You understand precautions have to be taken. We couldn't have numerous of these around.
Alright, that's fair.
Alright, and he walks forward towards the water, like right where the edge of the water meets, and he holds the amulet aloft and walks onto the water itself. And the waterfall opens up like a doorway opening out, and the water kind of holds and hovers in the air, and behind it is this shimmering field of magical energy. It is like glinting purple starlight hanging in the air, and a solid door kind of carves itself out and comes from the stone up, kind of fabricating itself, and opens, and past it is this valley behind, almost built into the cliff, and this keep. It's a walled keep that looks like it's seen better days, but still holds some level of magnificence and structure. And the structure itself is maybe 2 stories to 3 stories tall, with three towers that kind of hang over. You see a bunch of refugees right kind of there. There are camps and tents and fireplaces going, and food is being cooked. You see men garbed in that same gray and light blue that Adalion is kind of wearing. They look to be kind of patrolling and just ensuring wards, checking. There is a sense of these guards are taking care of the refugees. They are checking up on families. You see a family actually getting reunited with, looks like 2 wives are kind of being reunited, and they've kind of must have gotten separated, and one of the guys is like, we got her in the latest one. And Adalion turns to you and goes, Welcome to the Resistance. It's not much, but it's home.
All right. I guess, do we have bedrooms? Is there a war room? Do we have? Do you have weapons? I'm assuming.
We have some weapons. We have rooms. Not many, but we do have rooms.
Do you by chance have a way to teleport in? Because I think we've got somebody who could do that on the other side if you have it on this side.
You'd have to talk to my 2 wizards. They're the ones keeping emotions to like the purple glinting starlight kind of veil. They're keeping that up. I don't know if there isn't the ability to do that. I'm not a magic user myself. But if you go seek out them, Chessyx and Daxelton, the name of the 2 wizards, you'll find them in the study.
I head that way.
All right, the wagon follows. Blossom follows behind, parks the wagon, and just kind of stays with it, checking up on people. Rue, are you going with Golaneth, or would you?
I think, yeah, she would go with them, but not before casting Create Food and Water in wherever an area they have like food prep, just in case people are hungry. So that's I believe 30 gallons of water and like 45 pounds of food, 30 gallons of water. Food goes bad after 24 hours. The water is just water.
Okay. Yeah, they are very receptive. The refugees and even the troops kind of dig in and kind of set up almost like this feast. Given, it tastes like paste.
Yeah.
But it is nourishment, and it saves them from having to go out and risk themselves.
Yeah, she'll be like, yeah, smoke him while you got him. Food only lasts for 24 hours, so I gotta go see a wizard about a circle. So, bye.
You set off towards where the wizards were pointed out to you. And you enter into this small grove. It is unlike the maple and the oak from the woods that are orange and red. This is a verdant grove. The water from the waterfall seems to have pooled around this almost like makeshift island, with flat rocks leading to the center. And there's a single table and a single tree in the center. And there's a halfling that is shaking a finger at the other individual, while the other individual is holding a orb in their hands. It's like a hefty orb that kind of crackles with fire on the inside. And you just hear, "Now, Daxelton, I told you you can't be doing that much magic. That is a waste of your resources, okay? You hear me? If this was a fight, you'd be dead. You know how I know that? Huh? Because I've been in a fight." And the Aarakocra kind of like ruffles their feathers. You were sitting in a bar fight and got hit by a bottle. That is not a fight. That is just being there. Okay? Anyone could have been there. Like, what makes you so high and mighty? I don't see you casting a spell. Oh, Daxelton, how are you keeping up this non-detection veil? Oh, you think that's impressive? Oh, no one's ever done that before. Huh. You know what, Chessyx? I'll have you know, this is very complicated magic. And you know what? Our teacher would have been proud of me. And Chessyx crosses their arms, been like, "Oh yeah? Proud of what? I don't see your name on it.
I mean, what's more of a spell if it ain't big, ain't flashy, don't have your name on it? I mean, you got Mordenkainen's hounds, you got Fireball. Hello there. Hello there.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Quite the setup y'all got here.
Yeah, we found it like this a little bit, but you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. What can two powerful wizards do for you? Yeah. What can we do for you?
And when will they be here?
Yeah, sorry, we didn't mean to interrupt your talk about Mordecai's balls, but we need a teleportation circle, if you could do that.
I mean, we could. Do you want like the nitty gritty of how we could do it or how we can't do it?
Okay, so here's the situation.
Okay.
You have a multitude of Assyrian Empire soldiers
Yeah.
barreling this way.
Oh yeah.
We have friends that we need to get here to help assist y'all. I don't know how long you think your veil of hiding or veil of undetection is going to hold, and I'm sure y'all are pretty powerful wizards.
I'm not so sold.
I mean,
Semantics.
the real problem is, and you see the halfling look at the Aarakocra. The Aarakocra is like this raven-esque Aarakocra. The halfling is got bright pink curly hair, and is dressed in like flamboyant, flashy like orange and bubblegum pink. Does not mesh. And now, the non-detection that we have up prevents us from teleporting in or out. So, I mean, we'd have to drop that to teleport anyone in or out. Like, that's the point of not being detected, is that no one can get in. No one knows you're there. That's the problem. Now, not saying we couldn't do it, just saying, you know, it's like math, you got an order of operations. You know, you got, x plus 2 equals yx, and then, you know, but only when 2 is x. Does y not equal 0?
So all I really heard was that it could be done.
I mean, yeah.
Let's work on that.
Okay, let's, okay, you know, I like it. Who are your friends? Like, I don't know you.
Well,
I don't
we
know who
just
you
say-
work for. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, that's understandable. So I'll back up. Adalian, Rage Fiend, and a few of his friends, and I'm sure friends of yours as well, were in an altercation with some Assyrians in this one that's called the Inquisitorius. And we stepped in just the nick of time and were able to rescue them. And in doing so, we learned a little bit about what y'all have going on here and the effort that the resistance is putting forward. Adalian sent us to see you two because he said that y'all were the two that could help us accomplish what we need to accomplish in order to assist y'all. So Adalian, knowing you, has faith in y'all and y'all's abilities. I myself, I'm one of those that I need things proved to me. I just don't have blind faith. I don't have that luxury. So if we could get this done, we could help y'all solve your problem. Not solve it for you, but help y'all solve it.
At the mention of the Inquisitorius, the Aarakocra looks terrified. Like, visibly shaken. Like, this is someone who you have just confirmed that the boogeyman was real and was, in fact, you know, nearby. Or, like, you informed them, hey, you know, how do you feel like being an extra in a horror movie? You know? And...
You're the one that trips.
Exactly, like, there is a look of distinct fear. The halfling, hard to read, just off the bat, But they see that they see their companion. They kind of like their eyes meet in like an unseen kind of conversation they're having.
Right.
You see their fingers moving, like at their like in their pockets of their robes, probably performing somatic components so that they don't need to talk in front of you. And after a moment, they turn to you. Now, you said the Inquisitorius.
I did.
I mean, what they look like? Like, do they, which one?
6'8", red armor-clad plate, huge great sword that they wielded with one hand, black flames, murdered indiscriminately.
All right.
Blank face.
All right. I mean, he's not the scariest of them, so that's good. That's good.
Well, that's
don't need to
kind
freak
of.
out. I mean, he ain't a wizard.
I'm not freaking out.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was talking to Daxelton.
Right.
That's Kieran.
But I am a little bit concerned that you say that that's not the scariest.
Yeah.
If fear is a good thing, it's a sturdy emotion. It's a good feeling. Fear keeps you sharp.
Yeah, I mean, fear is what keeps you going.
You know what else would keep you going? Helping us
a
get
lot of
our
things.
friends here.
Okay, well, do they know what sigil we'd be using?
See, I don't have the answer to that. I look to Rue.
Well, we can certainly let them know once you do the thing. This could all be done in a matter of minutes, I believe, if you build the sigil and then we can let them know. And yeah.
All right. Do you have the components needed for it? Do you got gems that have been smashed into ink? Because we need that.
Don't I have some gems on me? Sounds to me like we need to build this sigil on rock and roll. I had to do it.
Because that'd be like one of the biggest things, really. Yes. The sigil. Yes. The sigil would need crushed gems in a magical ink. It's about 50 gold on the market.
Oh,
unfortunately, we don't have any here.
Well, all right. So they have a place maybe inside the city that there's a ring of teleportation, and they could be heading there. Do you have any way of actively communicating with that area?
With what area?
Where the ring is. I'm sure there's in this small town. There's only one ring, right?
What's that thing?
The ring in the town.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't been near it in quite a few days, actually. Once we got wind that the Assyrian Empire was making a move, we ran. Well, we've been running for a while. Yeah, we've been running for a while. I mean, our teacher went on the run, then we kind of got intimidated and scared, and then we were on the run.
Y'all didn't think to bring components to make a fucking teleportation circle? Like, that's like your main job, right?
These are great wizards. They had other things to worry about. I'm sure.
Fucking wizards! Like, Jesus Christ,
I'm sure this veil takes a lot.
I mean, we're talented wizards. Just teleportation circles ain't our thing. I am good at blowing stuff up. You want a fire that's gonna reach the sky? I can do that. And my friend here, Daxelton. Now, Daxelton, illusion magic all the way, and abjuration even. It's just not what we studied.
Okay,
on top of that, we can make a sigil.
We need to go and get some gems.
The problem is it has to match a current existing sigil somewhere else.
Fuck. There's no way we can find out what sigil, if they even have a sigil.
I mean, who are your friends? I mean, maybe we know someone, or you tell me where they are. maybe I can send someone nearby. Like, we got contacts. We can
Rue,
reach out
do
to
you know where
somebody.
they are?
They are in the Crystal Caverns. I believe they're. I think they're at the wizard school there.
All right, and their
Or
name?
is there a school there?
The name of the wizard school?
No, like the name of the person at the wizard school.
Karis, Baldis,
This-
Magus. No, Maggie. I just wanted to rhyme. I'm sorry.
What does the
They
room...
give each other a look. Hard to make heads or tails of what they are thinking or saying. All right. Well, you know what? Why don't we go for a walk? Let's put all our heads together and come up with a solution. All right. You know, right now we want one direction. Why don't we go for a different direction? You know, like
You're
How
stalling.
often do you take the everything down?
literally never. Like we literally do shifts to keep this up 24/7. Like if this goes down, if this goes down for like 5 minutes, there are going to be mages, there are going to be soldiers, there are going to be inquisitorius all over here, and we're all going to be dead. Now it would take us like 10 minutes to make the teleportation circle, right? And even then, you can only get like 10 people through.
Well, we need less than that, so that's fine. We
need 3.
Okay, all right, you need 3. You know, that's a good plan. And it's at this moment that you hear a large boom from outside the waterfalls in the woods. Oh shit! That's all you hear from.
Well, they may have found us, so looks like you should have put that teleportation circle in sooner, chap. And she will give Chessyx the handshake that only halflings know.
Oh yeah,
And
the
say,
halfling handshake.
yeah. And say, good luck, and walk towards the sound of the boom.
All right, and like the two of them are like starting to like draw wards on like the walls, and are like in panic mode. Also, thank you for the raid, everybody.
Heavy sigh, turn around and walk out behind Rue.
All right, Beldis. A few moments pass, and you know, Rue, Golnath, would you go outside of the waterfall with a medallion? If you know, with a new medallion?
Yeah, if they want to go outside, but
yeah. I think him and maybe like 5 or 6 men go out all at once, and they invite you as well, and you see Beldis standing
At this
there.
point, standing there, catching his breath, and then he brings his hand towards the ring. I've arrived at the location. I have everything intact. I look around. Do I see a castle?
No. You see a waterfall, and you kind of see like a gate that's kind of opening as these individuals are exiting the waterfall.
I think I'm about to make contact. Hold on for further updates.
Copy that. I am holding on for further updates. I am glad that you arrived all right and are making first contact. Over. Betty the Whiz Kid out.
Over what?
It doesn't go through because it only works once a day.
Oh, God.
Beldis
Whoops.
just repeatedly whispering and like talking into his ring. Just like, why did you get my message? Helen, well met. Come you under peace or?
Do I recognize these people? My first thought is, before I even respond, is who am I talking to? It's
You recognize Rue and Golnath behind him.
Oh, okay, I see them. I do. I come up great warnings that there may be infiltrators amongst your ranks.
Wait, what? Beldis, Why are you naked? I'm kidding. You're not.
I'm hoping I'm not. Otherwise, it's no. I'm definitely. Yes, I know those two. Oh, this. What
Is
is
one of the
this?
friends of yours?
Wow. My fingers feel a little weird from all that travel.
How did you find us?
Wow. Lore, stories, research, a fantastic jet named Benny, and Rue screaming into our ears that they're running to the harm with the castle.
Well, also, we're fucking good at our jobs. Did you not hear about Crystal Caverns? We saved a fucking city. Like he's
A
gonna
whole
fight.
city.
Yeah.
A whole city.
Beldis, come on, get inside. Where's everybody else? What are we doing?
Okay. I have to lay down this mark on the ground for them to get here safely. I can't screw this up. Where can I put this?
I look to Rue, and then I look to Eldest. I'm like, and then I look to Idalian, and I'm just like, shouldn't we put this in the city? Isn't that what we went to go to see the halfling and the Aarakocra for? Dax and...
You went to go see them because they understand magic, and I don't.
Fuck!
So, what did they tell you?
Rue, did they not say that they could take the veil down long enough to get someone through?
Second. Yeah, let's put it inside the tower. But first, do you have gems that have been ground into ink? Apparently, that's what we need.
Yes, I do.
What?
And it does. The image is in my head. I know what it's looking like, and I'm trying really, 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 really hard here not to screw this up. Clentu for Rockton Nictu.
All right. Let's go before he forgets it. Let's get inside. We'll drop the veil for a second after we make contact.
Okay.
Does it need to be inside? Could we put it outside the veil so
Okay,
worst case scenario we could get, if we're ever under siege, we could get out and get behind the enemy?
Well, see, here's the thing. If we put it outside the veil, our friends could either appear at a time when there's an invasion already happening and be at risk, or if there is an invasion and it was inside the veil, we wouldn't be able to use it then. Or outside the veil, we wouldn't be able to get to it because it would be surrounded.
You're right. All right, come on inside.
Inside's great.
Gregory, Jim, Anna, do a route. Make sure that there's no one watching. And, like, 3 of the guards kind of like nod and like start slinking off to like do a huge route. And he leads you inside to the kind of the valley with everything going on that was described prior.
And by the way, Beldis, it's good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you as well. Clentu for Rockton Nictu. Okay. We got this, no problem. And I'm holding it in this really awkward fashion where, I know that this is one and done, and now I'm just probably making myself more nervous about the whole situation than I have to. I'm gonna.
What?
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. He's fierce.
I'm in disguise. Important thing right now. Teleportation circle. I need to draw this. Where? Fantastic.
Wow. He's not even a wizard and he's drawing a circle. I mean, he's a dwarf.
So easy. Sleight of hand check.
Is there anything I could do to assist?
Mm-hmm. So I was going to say, so with this, I'm actually going to make fantastic.
Bardic inspiration. No, I'm just kidding.
I checked. I can't give it to myself. However, I believe I can give myself skill empowerment.
Where's Blossom? Blossom! Little help, please. Not me, the dwarf.
First, a
Awesome,
mechanical
Beldis,
question
Beldis,
to the
Blossom.
DM. Graham, quick mechanical question, because I did overlook this in my original thought process here. To use skill empowerment, I can only give it to a creature myself in a skill that they are proficient in. Being that I'm a bard and I add half my proficiency to all skills, okay. In that case, then yes, I will use skill empowerment on myself. I am now an expert at this particular task. Okay. And you said you wanted a sleight of hand? Okay. So +4, +8, +1, so +9. +1d10. And I heard a gadget thrown in there.
And a 1d4.
Yeah. Man, I am really, really glad I took all that stuff. So the guidance was a 4. The bardic inspiration was a 9, so that brings us up to a 13. My skills, which are another +9, bring us up to a 24. And my dice roll was a 1. I said to myself, Beldis, do we want to overkill this? And Beldis, we want to overkill this because you never know when you need that little extra bit of luck. Wait, I had an advantage.
Yes. And even then, she like runs over to Benny and she gives him a big hug.
What?
Literally, it's like, you did it. Fantastic. Real lifesaver. All right, let's get this show on the road. As she basically waits for the circle to power up because now it's a good circle. Oh no, you're muted.
There value in just having them come back here instead of all of us going there now that you've established a connection?
Can you do that?
I don't know.
Hey, can we just take everybody out of here now that we have a connection back to the Crystal Cavern?
You know,
I don't know.
I have one sending left. Should I just talk to him? I'm just gonna talk to him. Hey, Beldis. You want to just go ahead and get everybody through the teleportation circle back here to the Crystal Caverns, or do you want us to come to you?
I have no idea how many people are here. I have no idea how easy it is for them to move. Probably better you come here. We can evaluate later.
Right. So he says he doesn't know how many people are there. And it might be more complicated to start moving everyone. I mean, initially I thought we meant just like our people, but misunderstandings, understandable.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I did just mean our people.
We
but
should
when
get
we were
there
talking
and
about it, we
like assess the
probably should address
situation.
them, yeah.
And that's his expert opinion. I'm all for it because now we have a safe way in and out that is not controlled by the Empire. It's great. Love that for us. So we are already well ahead of this game. So ready to go?
Yep.
All right. And Karis is probably going to hold ready that same ability to like stabilize one of the people going through.
So
And
you won't have to with this. As it is now an established connection, it's guaranteed.
Cool.
There's
Sweet.
no risk of failure now that it has been signed on.
Excellent. But yeah. So she will step in and wait for Maggie to join her, and then we're
And
gone.
then the two of you fly across miles and miles of worlds in a matter of seconds, and poof, you are standing in the circle. Surrounding you is Adalion, Beldis, Golaneth, Rue, a halfling and an Aarakocra, and a satyr with bubblegum pink hair.
First of all, thank God you actually stayed in place. You. Just eyes. I'm on to both of you.
Can we what?
Stop playing
Can we-
shit. Stop moving around.
Can
I
we
go
do
in-
a group hug? It's been like months.
I go and sneak and hide behind the halfling wizard.
I go hug Rue.
Exactly.
Rue hugs back.
Just kind of like stand behind him and realize that I'm not really hiding, but
Yeah,
I can see you, Golaneth. Come on. We can see you.
Hi.
oh,
Come on.
All right.
I do the.
Hey, everybody. We're here.
Yeah, everybody get in. Let's do a family meal tonight. It's our first night together.
Where have you been? Better question. Why did you go?
That's a great question.
Yes.
And we can discuss it over dinner. Hugs
I
now.
got stabbed in the leg. I mean, you know,
I
Stabbed in the leg? Who
Of course.
stabbed you?
I just kind of look at Rue judgingly.
No
No
one
one-
knows. No one knows.
It's one of those.
Why did you stab Golaneth? Because
Okay.
there's definitely an indication in that question that Karis is like I would stab Golaneth.
to be fair, we all know most of us would have stabbed Golaneth at one point or another, and probably for justifiable reasons.
That tracks.
Yeah, there is a method behind that madness.
I'm now hiding behind the Aarakocra.
The two wizards are staring daggers at Karis.
Daggers? Does she recognize either of them now that she's like looking in that direction?
Yeah. These are
Oh, yeah,
two
she
of
goes
her
like-
students.
Yeah, she goes fucking pale. And she goes,
There is a look on their face. Maggie, you have a high enough insight. You pick this up almost immediately. There is a look of a mixture of wanting to reconnect and absolute vehement disgust.
Yeah.
That is shot at Karis.
I go stand behind Karis and give the absolute best mom, like don't be a jerk to this person that I care about sort of look.
Yeah. The Aarakocra.
like turns for a second. She's like, and she's like leaning over, and like there is definitely like a panic attack, sort of like breathing exercise that's happening. And she just goes,
The Aarakocra seems to like at the look that Maggie gives, kind of their feathers kind of like ruffle down, and they're like, you know what? It's not worth causing a scene. I'm going to just welcome to the Resistance. It's so nice to have more faces. I look forward to all of our interactions from here on. And the halfling looks at all of you, throws down like crossed arms and just goes, "Now how'd you fuck up this time, Karis?"
that is a long and story to tell that should probably be done over dinner. I heard dinner. Is there dinner? Will there also be drinks? No.
Don't look at me.
No.
I got no
yes?
more drinks for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking take it from you. You. No. We're not doing that. Rue.
Good berries.
I mean, if they have food here, I can cook us up something. If not, I can do the old-fashioned make a bunch of food out of thin air. I'm assuming they have food here. I'll go talk to somebody and she'll walk off. And
Yeah, Adalian's like staring there, like looking at all these people, like, yeah, we do have food. Yeah, you know what? This sounds like a celebration. We have heroes in our presence. Joining the
No.
That's not a thing. No.
That's fine. Just food though. That'd be great because this is gonna
we're not heroes, but we're better than a fucking dragon. And she looks at Chessyx.
Chessyx is like, ain't nothing better than a fucking dragon. All right, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm with Chessyx on this one here. I would prefer the dragon in some kind of. Hi, we're back. You're back. We're together.
You all look like you maybe need to talk a little bit, so follow me. I'm going to escort you to a room. It's the war room. You all can talk.
Knew there was a war room.
I'll be back in a bit.
Adalian, where's the commander of your troops?
Well, I'm the commander now. There's no one else left.
Troops?
Yeah.
Your volunteers.
This is a resistance, so.
Well, what's left of resistance? Not everyone's from Chessyx. And he kind of like points to some of those troops that are like helping a family that are like cooking over a fire, and he goes, "There. That one over there is from Amberburg. Syrian Empire conquered his city months ago." Points to two women wearing the garb, kind of sharp. One's sharpening an axe, one's tightening a bowstring. Darrowford. They razed it to the fucking ground. And as he's walking you all to the war room, he is pointing out more and more people. Not everyone is from Chessyx. This is like a collaboration of people who have been on the run over and over and over and over.
You can get a few of the families out tomorrow. Just not a lot, but a few if we end up staying.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I'd be in your debt. We've been smuggling them along the routes to the Crystal Caverns as much as we can.
Well, now we've got just a straight hookup. We can send 10 through at a time.
Right, and I can do probably around 10 more.
Well, we have about 150 here currently. That's just refugees.
More than doable. That's, well, if we're sending 10 through each time and we're just keeping the line moving, well, we could be done in, what, like 2 hours? 2 hours? Something like that?
Families first, except for fighting age folks, those that want to volunteer.
We might want to consider sending some people who can fight on the other side, just in case, to protect the other.
It's just a room in the college.
Yeah, but
I might want to call somebody about that.
I don't know if there's spies in the city.
I think the city is much safer than the people here at the moment.
And not just that, like, they're not going to be where I was for the past however many weeks that was. How many weeks was that? Graham?
How
many weeks was I at that college?
You were there about 2 to 3 weeks, I believe, is what the time was with the time skip for Rue and Golem.
Yeah, so roughly a month. Like, I was there for a month, and I'm kind of on the run from the Empire. I feel like someone would have noticed by now if there was someone at the college. But the landing zone is a classroom, kind of technically ish. It's a study room. So they'll appear in a study room in the middle of the Wizarding College in the Crystal Caverns. Currently,
Probably could have picked
very
a better
deep
place
within
to
the
have done that.
caverns.
Oh well.
Are the dwarves coming to help?
Uncertain. We haven't actually told them,
Work
but
on
this
it.
is help
I mean,
technically.
first we need to understand what there is here and how much help would be needed and what kind of help. So
Mhm.
we need to learn a lot more about the whole situation.
Well, you know what?
Isn't my point.
Let me give you the rundown then.
All right.
The Inquisitorius, sent by the Assyrian Empire, their personal guarantees of success through whatever means necessary, their best agents. One arrived about a month ago. We caught wind that he was on the way beforehand and were able to get most of the refugees out, knowing that wherever an Inquisitorius shows up, well, the Empire is soon to follow. But we weren't accounting for 3 more. That's never happened before.
Yeah, noticeably, Karis does not look enthused probably about that. She probably looks very serious and even paler than she had gone before.
Usually they're underhanded. Usually they don't get noticed. This was different. I watched as we attempted to waylay them and to escort them out of our city, back to their empire. I watched one of them tear the very soul out of the captain of the guard
Oh.
and destroy it. I watched as the second one ripped open the throat of the lieutenant and rip him in half with their bare hands. That's not something a human can do. It's not what anyone should be able to do. And they have been hunting us ever since. Every time me and my men and women go out to get refugees out of the city or on the road elsewhere, they are not far behind. There were 300 of us 2 weeks ago. I now have 36 men left.
Fuck.
Who are they? The Inquisitorius who've come, who are they?
We've only been able to identify one. Kiernan.
Was that big fucker in the field, the woods?
Yes.
Do I recognize this name?
Yeah. You don't even need to make a check.
Yeah.
Kiernan is called the Blade, as they were known when you were in the military service. Not known for subtlety, but only known for cruelty. He's an individual that, even before his serving as an Inquisitorius, was a champion of the Empire. If a government or city-state said, you know, let's settle this one-on-one, our best fighter against yours, they would send Kiernan. And he did not lose.
Would it be smarter for us to evacuate all of you and then regroup and think of a better way to go about pushing back against the Empire if you're getting mowed down this badly? I don't mean a criticism or to be, gruesome or anything like that. I just,
That's not a
that-
criticism. That's good thinking, Maggie. That's what needs to happen here. The 36 men against this? 36 untrained men and women. I would hate to recommend to keep on running, but
At what point will we have nowhere left to run to?
There are a lot of refugees in Haven, and if some of them knew that there were people fighting back and had help training and equipping, they might want to go fight back. And people from the Crystal Caverns might want to help. And I mean, there are ways of rallying help, but getting cut down person by person by person isn't going to help anything at all.
You might. I've got ideas. A few ideas. But all of them do rely on us pulling the majority of your forces, and especially all the non-combatants, out of this location to the Crystal Caverns. Whatever the case, they are safer there than they are currently here, and will continue to be so for longer, and that will give us more time to give you better plans. And the Crystal Caverns is going to be a much better base of operations for the near term for this entire effort.
If we have enough coin, I may be able to. I may be able to get some people on board who can fight a little bit.
I'm assuming, Graham, from the bell, I wouldn't be able to get word to Sprite, would I? Or does my...
Hard to tell. You may be able to get a message to Sprite. It is less a matter of if you can get a letter or a message to her. It is more of whether she is going to answer her.
Right.
Which will depend on what you say, probably. But it is not unreasonable that she may assist if you word it correctly. It would probably align with her interests.
Right.
I'm thinking we could get everybody out. We could lay a trap. And a trap out here, in a place where people do not live and would not be residing in. Would be a lot better than a trap in the actual town that we kind of want to say.
Yes.
Feelings.
We could do that. My worry is I don't know why they're all here, what they want. I'm more worried that there's something that they are here to. Chessyx is a nothing. It's a nowhere town full of farming. The Empire doesn't need more farms. It's already conquered what it needs.
And
so why is it here?
Can I make an intelligence check?
What would you like to glean?
I want to see if I can figure out what the Empire might be looking for now that I know this wealth of information about this tiny little podunk town and its nearby weird keep that was inhabited by paladins and druids. And just think, sort of, if they're looking for something, what would they be looking for? And would it, I guess, be reasonable to think they're probably looking for this place for some reason?
Sure. Roll me an intelligence check. It's going to be a fairly high DC.
Sure. We love to see it.
You guys are like level 12, level 11, level 13. Like, I can make high DCs now.
11.
You sure can.
I mean, I'm happy to be 13.
Also level us up. Yeah, that's not a problem.
Like, we're level 11.
Maybe if you guys didn't split the party and cost me 2 sessions of getting you back together. Maybe.
Harsh.
I used my D6
Harsh but true.
because I wanted to. So that's 18 plus 5 is 23.
24, I think. No,
18.
23. You're right.
No,
You're right.
23.
I'm bad at math.
Yeah.
That's why I set high DCs. All right. So, with a 23, you recall?
And then the paladins and the druids all vanished, and nothing was ever said about them again.
That kind of echoes in your head for a while. It's like, that's weird. Even, like, powerful druids can pretty much live forever. And even a paladin order is usually passed down, whether it's hereditary or through, the beliefs that they had. Where did they go? Why did they go? What importance did they have? You're going to need more information. Not all the clues are on the table, but that is one avenue. Another avenue could be they could be looking for magical ley lines. This could be them setting up for their next big war. To utilize magical energies to go after any nearby city-states, burn their way to the Crystal Caverns. It's hard to tell not being in their ranks for so long.
There's a few things they could be looking for here. But we need to know more to say for certain. Spoiler alert, none of it's good. Just gonna throw that out here. What do you know about this place? Have you found anything about the original people who were, in it? The paladins, the druids?
Well, not as much as we wanted. It wasn't really in our forefront of priorities. It was establishing watches, the Veil, getting whatever wards we could activated. There was a lot of rubble, a lot of cave-ins. We dug out a few to make living quarters. There's a large door that we couldn't get through. I'm not sure if on the other side, if there was a collapse, I didn't have the manpower or the need to go in. There were also the left wing and the right wing. There are several rooms we haven't had time to search.
Cool. This sounds like a great thing that we could probably take care of over a good meal and some thought. And I, for one, could probably go for a nap pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me show you to the kitchen. And Adalion will start leading you off to the kitchens. As our camera kind of pans away, you hear the crunch of leaves towards the sound of a distant kaboom in the air, of plate crunching on loam, and a soft, hollow, guttural laugh of, "More confident than you are brave, I'm afraid, running away." You know, the funny thing about humans is that we're so good at hunting because prey runs and uses up all of its energy. It runs and runs, and humans just keep on following, walking, trailing behind. And as they keep sprinting away, over and over, the humans eventually find them and eat them. So, are you feeling tired, halfling? And that's where we're going to end today's session. All right, well, let's get some pleasant music on. It has been an absolute delight to have all of you here. That's not happy. Huh. Well, it has been an absolute delight having all of you here. So, before we go, I'd like to have 3 things be told to our lovely audience. Who you are, where we can find you, and any cool projects that you're working on, or things you'd love to spend some time talking about. I'll go last, because I'm lazy.
Hey everybody, it's me, Kari. I played Karis the Tiefling Wizard tonight, to whatever effect that may be. I don't have any fun projects going on at the moment, other than the project of getting myself a puppy. That's going to happen at the end of this week, and I'm really excited about it. It's the only thing I'll talk about. If you could find me anywhere, which you can't, You would also just find puppies. So make of that what you will. You can find me tentatively, sometimes on occasion, in Guild Wars 2. My player name's down in the chat if you ever want to hang out there. But that's it for me. It was a great session as always. Love to be with you, all of you lovely people, and have a great night.
All right, I'll jump on this. Hi, I'm Bob. That was Stone Song. You can find me on Twitter at Cycler One Eye and a couple other Discords. Fun-filled projects. I mean, I'm currently remodeling bathrooms because I had a leak, and okay, it's not fun, but it has to be done. So no, I'm not doing anything really that interesting at this time. But hey, it's getting done. So, well, see you in about 2 weeks here again. Yes.
Hey everybody, I'm Confounded, or Con, playing Gullinith, your Elven Rogue. Only projects I have going on right now is scouting hiking locations for the fall. Good stuff and things.
I'm Jen, and we just wrapped our Play Cancer Away fundraiser for the National LGBT. I just forgot the name of Cancer Network, National LGBT Cancer Network. We managed to raise over $1,250. Yeah, and we even had to like cut off one of our sessions. So like I'm just super thankful and impressed with everyone in the community. We're already planning our October fundraiser, and we're gonna have programming coming up where we're gonna have smaller charities that each individual like DM or group gets to choose. So it's gonna be pretty cool, and probably keep a lookout for September, October for the first one of those. But otherwise, you can see me here in 2 weeks.
All right, I'm Adam, Adamus Lamas, everywhere, basically. I got nothing right now, but maybe next time there's something. So, as always, great to see everybody and see you soon.
Oh gosh, that leaves you with me. Hi everybody, my name is Graham, or Graham Crackers. I had the luxury of being your DM tonight, and host. I hope that you had a fun time and enjoyed watching us play D&D. If this is your first time tuning in on the channel, here at Graham Crackers, we're all about making memories with friends. Whether it's playing TTRPGs, RPGs, or MMORPGs, life is always better when you've got someone there. Even if they're calling you a nerd. But as for me, I have no special projects, but we will be having some special new stuff announced for the channel a little bit later on, probably next month, ideally. Yeah, that's it for me, I think. Besides that, I will be back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, where I get to torture my other set of players, who surely will not face the ramifications of their Season 1 actions by going to jail. But, have a wonderful night. We hope to see you soon, and shout out to our raiders, Elle and Bo. You are both phenomenal people, and I love you so much. You are fantastic friends, and my life would be infinitely worse without you in it. So, while it sucks to say goodbye, I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Enjoy your week, and we'll be back soon. You're not alone. You always have a place here. So, bye for now, and we'll be back later.